Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another stream, and I can promise you it will be drama free. Unless the topic leads into drama, then it would go back to where it was before. But now we're going to talk about something that is something I was pondering about throughout the day, and it was kind of losing my focus on the task that I had to do at hand. So I was kind of pondering. I didn't know exactly I guess how to go about it on this channel, because I know a lot of people, they enjoy to see people battle and fight and argue about their views, and like I said before, it's a coliseum here, so expect the strongest person to be the survivor. But I'm gonna say hi to the people in the chat. Antoine, what's going on? True, what's going on? Laureen, my girl, what's going on? And the topic really is going to be about degradation of being flamboyant. Is it a form of sexism, or is it a fetish to see females or women act very feminine or flamboyant? And I know femininity and flamboyancy are used mutually exclusive, but they're actually pretty different. Flamboyant is more so of acting like a caricature of feminine. So people who are usually flamboyant are like drag queens and, just people who are just very over the top in their femininity. And this is where I start to see that if there is a man who's acting flamboyant, tricky, what's going on? If there's a man who's acting flamboyant, people will denigrate this person and say, oh, that man is a wuss, that man is a pussy, that man, even from the language pussy, means coward. So, they'll insult that man and make him seem like he's just not much of a threat to him, or he's an easy target to be berated and treated like garbage. And just bullied, with just the masculine side of things. And I was thinking about it when I was at work, and I was like, this was really something that I really want to talk about on my channel, because I was watching a news article, and they were talking about it on the air. And they were talking about, well, what's the difference between feminine and masculine, and why do we associate femininity with women and masculinity with men? And then whenever a man acts feminine, he's degraded, and I'm going to say this, he's degraded by both men and women. So it's not just men who does this, it's women who does this all the time. The spreading rumors that he must be gay, or he must be just not into women. But there are a lot of flamboyant men that are not gay. They just metrosexual, and, they just prefer to exhibit their traits. I know there is this famous family celebrity named Todd Chrisley from Chrisley's Knows Best. I'm a big fan of that show. I've been watching that show since the first season. So I've always been keeping up because they're very entertaining. The entire cast is very entertaining. And then when I saw that, they were like saying, oh, he's totally gay. He's totally, look how he acts, look how he talks, look how he carries himself, look how his clothing looks. And I would say to myself, I'm like, but that doesn't mean that the person is gay. His flamboyancy and feminine-like behavior doesn't necessarily mean that he is gay. It just means that's just how he carries himself. So I was always perplexed by the perception of femininity being on a negative spectrum. And Hero, Antoine, welcome. Khalifa, hey, how are you? So hold on, Hero. So no, I'm just gonna say this point. So I was always perplexed on this because I didn't know exactly why people do this. Like, I understand why they do this, because they have a patriarchal mindset of, if you're a man, if you're not masculine, then you must be either a gay man, which they equate the femboy gay man and not the masculine type, like the bears and stuff, or the bears and the I think that was it, the bears and the muscle bound, and they never incorporate those, but they incorporate the feminine types. So I wonder, is this a form of gender sexism that happens in some sort of, I guess, displaying of things. Like, I think people have this perception because they want to see men as being this stoic, hetero, macho kind of character. And if he deviates from the macho-ness and acts very like a hairdresser, for instance, then they'll assume that he must be gay when he could just be straight. He could just be, that's just his natural personality. So I wonder, is this a fetish for women to enjoy seeing a masculine man, or for a man to enjoy seeing a effeminate or flamboyant women for their turn on? You know, that's what I believe. I think this is, from my personal opinion, I think this is a fetish thing. I think people are just fetishizing the idea of masculinity and femininity and equating it to the opposite gender. So that way that could be shown towards their sexual attraction. It's almost like you see someone acting or wearing a particular kind of clothing, and that's gravitating towards your attraction for them. So that would be like my theory on that. And I want to know, people in the audience, the live chat here, you guys in the chat, and you guys on the panel, how do you feel about this particular, I guess, realization? And let me read the comments here. Hi, ZTB. I would say that even a flamboyant person, but I like women, and I can see the idea that people would think that you are. Well, it's not me particularly. It's more so the fact that I was watching this news article. They were talking about Todd Chrisley, and they were saying that Todd Chrisley, they think that he's gay because of how he acts towards on the show. If you watch Chrisley's Knows Best, it's a show about a white family who lives in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, yep. Yeah, I know
you remember
show.
that from, yeah. And what happens is that family, he's very flamboyant, and so is his son. His son is just like him.
Yeah.
And they act very, very flamboyant. But, however, that doesn't, the people who watch the show, the people who are observing it, and the news anchors would say that he's gay. They would think that he's gay.
The way he talks.
The way how he talks, the way how he carries himself, the way how he's very flamboyant.
Yeah.
But his wife Julie said that he is a very metrosexual guy, meaning by that he is heterosexual, but he doesn't exhibit the traits that society would see as being that macho, stoic, straight character. So I wanted to know, does this come from fetish? Women out there, I want to ask you a question. Do you fetish? Is this a fetish thing where if you see a man acting, like if you catch your boyfriend acting very flamboyant, is this a way for you to fetishize them? And if they deviate that, then you go on social media and then you say that person is gay as a way to get it under their skin, so that way they can act more like how you want them to act. Is that really where it's at? Because it's not just the men that is guilty of this, it's also the women for instituting and implementing this sort of thinking. And we need to take that accountability to it, because I was wondering, I was like, why do people think like that? Like, you know, like, let a person's exhibit to their character traits is not a given for what their sexual preference is. You know, you never could tell. You never can tell. That's why people are always shocked whenever they see someone admit to their sexual preference, because they had a preconceived perception already, and that perception was defeated based on what they had mentioned. Yeah. So it's always, what are you guys' opinion on it?
Well, my opinion, hey, like I say, you know, I don't judge people, but see, it pisses me off when people get judged because of it. Hey, like if Chrisley, if he's bisexual for real, or
no, he says he's heterosexual. He says his wife's call him metrosexual. So metro means flamboyant, feminine man, but of the heterosexual.
But he's not really gay.
Yeah, he's not really. He's straight, but he's just very feminine, like a hairdresser that would do your hair.
Like talking like a feet, really kind of like girlish.
Flamboyant, yeah, flamboyant.
Flamboyant, yeah.
Mm-hmm, feminine.
Yeah, but you know, hey, I still, you know, like the guy, you know, I mean, you know, either way, I just hate when people, you know, judge people. People get judged just for like having tattoos on their body, or or them big nose rings in their nostrils, or it just pissed me off how people do though. You know what I mean? And I hate like people like who say they straight, but in reality they either bisexual or straight or just
Yeah,
or
we
homo.
call those DL people. Those are
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah.
who,
That is
and
it's
there's
kind
a
of like
lot more, and I'm going to be very real with you. The reason why that is the case is because, and I'm going to say this, so if you guys take offense to this, I'm sorry, but this is just my personal opinion. I think the reason for this is because men are scrutinized for exhibiting traits of homoeroticism. But women are elevated. Women are told that that is a fetish. And they are told that if you exhibit those traits, it's more of a turn on for a man. So women are put on a pedestal for their bisexuality and their lesbianism because it's a fetish for the, I guess, heteropatriarchal standards of America. I'm speaking for America, not the UK or any other continent or country. For America, at least, that is like the standard norm for females, which is why there's a lot more closeted cases for men, because there are a lot of men who are bi and they get scrutinized. Like a lot of bi men get put down by other women. And I was watching this
and that pissed
stream.
me off.
Yeah, I was watching this stream, and it was a black diaspora kind of stream where black people were gathering, and I was wanting to see how the black community feels about these kind of topics, because we always see black men when they do music videos. It's like, oh yeah, I like my lesbian or bisexual women touching each other while I watch and talk about these are my two bitches and what have you. So there was a panel, and they asked the men first, what do you think about bisexual women? Would you marry, or if you find out your girlfriend or wife is bisexual, what would you do? Would you break up with her? Would you still work the relationship out, and would you continue on with the life that you're living? And they said, oh hell yeah, I love me my bisexual women. That's more cushion for the pushing. And and then they did the inverse effect to the question, where they asked the women, what do you think about a bisexual man? Now, this is where the answer gets very, very heated, because what happens is that the women decided to say, oh, I don't want a bisexual man. You don't know if he got AIDS or something, or you don't know what he got. And I'm like, you stupid bitch.
Yeah,
Why are you going to
female.
say something like that? But yet you expect the man to like you for being bi, but yet you don't like the man for being bi?
That
You
don't
say
make
that
sense.
he has AIDS. How would you like it if I were to say you have AIDS and herpes? Oh, that I would be sexist for that. So that's what I mean. It's like you wonder why closeted and this was in my head. You wonder why closeted behavior is very rampant amongst men and not women. It's because of this reason, and it's both genders that takes part in this
That
mindset.
pisses me off.
And it really creates more and more secretive stuff, and it creates more division, because you have that perception already in the media. And this has been going on for decades. This has been going on, where people are glorifying, the idea of two women going at it in a sexual way. But if two men do it, it's suddenly it's a gay agenda. Bitch, it has been a gay agenda since two women were doing it. Why is it that when women were doing it, it's no gay agenda, but when men are doing it, now there's a gay agenda? Make it make sense. That don't make any sense. So it comes from the idea of this is simply a fetish for women and men wanting to have their women exhibit their full sexual traits for their own pleasure, and then the women don't want the man to do it because they either get turned off by it or insecure by it. So I think that is really the reason why for that. I think that is the biggest reason, is the insecurity that is happening with these both parties. So I'm going to pass it to Hero. First, I'm going to say hi, Mama Bear. Hey, Kev. Let me just say what Mama Bear has to say. She says, oh, good grief, they never watched the show because he and Julie, they didn't watch the show. One episode, he talked about how he wanted to eat Julie's vagina, and I watched it, and I'm like, oh shit. And then, they were in the bed, and they kicked the son, I forgot his name, they kicked him out. I think it was Grayson, yeah. Savannah's my favorite on the show. Savannah and I like Chase as he gotten older, not when he was younger. 'Cause when he was younger, he was an arrogant snob, just like his father. But as he gotten older, he started to act more wise and mature, like Julie. He started to become more like Julie, and that's why I started to like Chase in the later seasons versus the earlier seasons.
Let me say this too. Let me say this too, because I know in the season I would see him and their sister be gang up on their little brother, and that would piss me off. I would like they would like
Yeah,
be mean to him.
they're like Batman and Robin.
They would like be mean to him and start an argument. I know that feeling. That would have. I remember when I watched the show, they would gang up on him. And one thing I hate is being gang attacked with this by
But
family.
you see how the youngest son looks now? He looks way better than both.
Oh,
Grayson.
what he was a young, good looking stud or something.
Yeah, you saw how he look now?
I haven't seen him recent. The show, and
He look way better than Savannah and Chase put together.
Oh yeah. How old is he?
Because Chase has veners, right? He has veners in his mouth, his fake teeth. So Grayson got fake teeth too, and when you see it's crazy, and he's taller than both of them too.
And you know something too? How old is he now?
I think he's about 18.
Oh, he 18 already? Damn.
Yeah, it's been like 10 years since the show.
Last time I saw that show, he was a little boy.
Yeah, I think the show came out in 2012. I think 2013.
2013. Okay, so I was 20. So
I think he's about 18 now.
Okay,
yeah.
But let me tell you, and I remember like how even the parents would kind of be mean to him at times too when it come to him. But when it's the older kids, they would treat them better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I used to be pissed when they would gang up on him like that. And then
because he's the little brother and he's the youngest child of the family. So of course the older siblings will gang up on him and put the blame on him because it's easier to deflect the blame on the youngest one because he's the one that takes the fall.
And that pissed me off. And see, I'm the youngest in my family. And I'm the last born, and I hate that gang attack crap.
I am too.
That pissed me off.
But unfortunately, my family, my sisters weren't like that. They were my oldest sister was very motherly. She was like a second mom. Go ahead, Hero. What you're gonna say?
Well, if he gets freaking flagged, it ain't gonna be on me. It's gonna be on you.
Yeah, but let me.
Wait, what? Huh?
Nothing.
Oh yeah, but let me but that that's why I didn't like that too. Because when I would watch the show in the past, I used to be mad at the oldest kids when they would treat.
There's nothing to be ashamed about. Like some people have natural teeth, some people have artificial. There's nothing wrong.
You can tell just
take
by
that as
looking
a
at
compliment because I've seen before and after pictures. People who have like really nice teeth, usually sometimes it's fake. Like it's just it's fake.
And who knows too? Now that he's older, and then they adopted a little black girl too in the family.
No, she's not adopted. Well, she's the oldest. Okay, so there is Lindsay, who's the oldest, and then there is the other boy. The other guy. I forgot his name.
Yeah, but they adopted a little black girl.
Yeah, but that's technically that's their granddaughter because biologically she is related to them because that's their oldest son child that he couldn't take care of because he has bipolar disorder and he's heavy on drugs, like he's a drug addict. So he was unfit. So the mother was the one who had the girl originally. The mother is black and her father is Todd Chrisley's son biologically. And so
she's biracial.
Yeah, she's biracial. They didn't adopt her. That's their granddaughter. That's biologically their granddaughter. It's just that the mother gave up the rights to the child and gave it to Julie because they realized that she couldn't provide for the child like how they could. They were, Julie and Todd are rich, and so and they treat her like really well. Like the mother really likes Julie, and I believe it because Julie.
They're good people. They're not racist.
To me, Julie is like a black woman in a white woman's body. I mean, her personality screams auntie, and so. When they adopted her, when they gained the rights to her, the biological mom had to sign the rights to her daughter. And then because the oldest son, couldn't take care of her because he's not mentally fit to do it, they instantly gain rights to the daughter. So that's why she's in the family as one of them. Yeah, so now so that's why they're raising her, because the mom couldn't raise and the dad couldn't raise the child.
Oh, okay. So see, I used to think they had like I didn't even know that was his child.
That was his that was his only child too.
See, I thought she had looked full black, so I thought well
No,
either way or biracial.
she is Todd Chrisley's granddaughter biologically.
Okay, well, hey, well that's a good thing then. Well, hey, they raised her, or you know, and I'm sure probably they do love their daughter too, but they had no choice to provide. Like if you say that's true, right? So I know they was
The
probably
mother,
hard for them to
the
give them
mother,
up.
the mother was a struggling mom, so she didn't have enough funds to help her and her daughter. She only had enough funds to help herself. So she talked with Julie, and they were discussing on whether or not they should have the daughter come to the Chrisleys, and she'll be a Chrisley instead of what the mother wanted her to do. So she was open armed. She was like, "Yeah, my daughter's gonna be on TV. She's gonna be like a big superstar." And hey Nick, and she gonna be all of that. So that's why they let her in. That's why they let her in.
Oh yeah, well, hey, well that's a good thing. But now as the kids older, I'm sure they don't gang up on the youngest boy now.
No, I gotta show you a picture. He looks completely different. You wouldn't believe it. He looks like a freaking model.
Oh yeah, well I'm sure now because I know. Hey, I mean, hey, some sisters and brothers. Hey, I know I was ganged up at them, but see, I now that I'm grown, man. Back then I hated being gang attacked, but now that I'm grown, I even have even more of a good relationship with my sister. And like that I'm grown. I like, I used to hate being gang attacked by mine as a kid, but as I got older, and now we kind of even more of a better place now as adults than back then.
Yeah, because you grow to understand your siblings, and not only that, you can financially provide for yourself. The biggest reasons why people bully you as a baby or as the babyest child is because, or the youngest child, is because you don't have the financial means to supply your own livelihood. You have to rely on your parents to help you with that. And that can come with repercussions if you get punished. So this is where the blackmailing comes into play, because then they know, your oldest siblings knew that they could easily manipulate situations so that you can get in trouble and your parents can punish you and remove rights that they have given you due to the fact that you were being the youngest and you're not old enough to support yourself.
Yeah, they'll spread lies.
That is why.
And then I ain't like that, but I'm just kind of glad that passed behind me. I used to hate that. Even hey, I'm not gonna now. I ain't gonna lie too. That could be like with some of your cousins too. But I ain't gonna. I ain't gonna say.
Well, fuck cousins. The only thing, unless the cousins are part of your immediate family, like hanging out, like living with you, then that's different. When it comes to cousins, they're secondary. For me, it's primary is brothers and sisters and grandchildren, and that's really where it all falls down. And uncles and aunts who are part of the immediate family.
I ain't gonna say I have none of my cousins called me, but I mean, I like I know, like people say, hey, they gonna need you before you need them. Once you make it big,
Exactly.
that's when family want to bring your phone in to try to use
You encounter old relatives that you never even heard of suddenly knowing your name, your information about your life, and now they want to come and get to know you all of a sudden when they know you got guap.
Oh
You
yeah,
got the
they'll
coins.
try to use you then, but before you became rich and famous, they ain't want nothing to do with you. They ain't try to call you.
Like,
I
who
will
is
be the
this
one to
person?
call
I
my
don't know who this
cousins.
person is. That's what they're gonna say.
What happened?
No, that's what they're going to say. They're going to be like, before you famous, they're going to be like, who is this person? I don't know who this person is. And now all of a sudden, you get a lot of money. You got millions in the bank, They all of a sudden want to holler at you and let you know, hey, I'm your lost relative from such and such. We like distant third, fourth cousins, What's up,
Oh yeah.
And that's how they're going to be.
And I'm be like, nah, you didn't want nothing to be before I was rich and famous. Don't come to me now. Don't work that way.
Catch that off leak.
Yep,
Nick,
don't
the
work that way.
topic, it's about degradation of flamboyancy. And because the title is covered up and I can't really see it, so I'm going to have to go to my YouTube studio. Hold on, give me a second. Content. Live. Come on. Okay, here we go. Degradation of being flamboyant. Is this sexism or is it a fetish to see women effeminate? So what that means is, you know how when men act effeminate or flamboyant, they get seen as being weak, or just for instance being gay. Like they'll call them gay when they're probably not. They're probably straight. They just have that flamboyancy because it's part of their persona, and it's how they exhibit their life. Their flamboyancy doesn't necessarily mean that they like men. It's just that how they operate and who they're surrounded by is what contributes. This is my personal opinion. You may have a different opinion, but in my personal opinion, I think it's the environment that contributes to that perception. So I want to know, is this a form of sexism where men will see women as being effeminate and normalize that because it's something that they're attracted to, and women will try to see men as being masculine and equating that as heterosexuality because it's something that they're attracted to? So what is your opinion on that's my perception? I think it's more so of a sexist fetish that both genders, both men and women, because not just men, it's women, and I'm gonna say it's women. Women are guilty of 100%, and they are also guilty of the down low culture that's happening today. You women are to blame for that, because when you shame a man for being bi and or just having that tendencies, and you want to denigrate him, but yet you want him to accept you for being bi as if it's a fetish.
That ain't right.
It's works both ways, no pun intended. And so you have to take accountability for that. But Nick, what you were saying, go ahead.
Saying is, I think people should just be comfortable with how they are.
I'm gonna drink this Pepsi because my mouth is dry. But you keep going.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nick.
Be what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Why should people care what they want you to be? It's your right, your choice.
You're judgmental.
I think I should do this. Matter of fact, this a person that have a smile. Look at my avatar.
What is that?
Yeah, that's the look that I have.
That's creepy.
Yeah. You're right. But
Make that two of us.
but
Pepsi was good. It's a cherry kind. Oh God, you see, okay. So he's a perfect example of what I mean. And fun fact, guys, let me let you know some real story about Eric Melendez. Eric, the Black Power Ranger, the wannabe. You're a wannabe Walter Jones. You're a wannabe JDF, Jason David Frank. You can never be JDF.
There's only one Walter Jones, man.
And you can never be him too.
Look at the Mark Henry ripoff right here.
But let me give you a good rundown about Eric Melendez, the person that these people are making fun of in question. Eric Melendez, when he first met me, the first thing he says, when he found out that I was black, that shocked him. The second thing he mentioned was that, are you gay? This man is fruity because you see how he sounds. Are you gay? That's what he was saying about me. That's the first time when I met Eric Melendez.
Judges.
Yeah, exactly. And then he says, when I told him, I said, no, he says, well, you need to come for the nation and change up your ways and start acting more masculine. As if I'm not masculine. This is just how my voice sounds. But it's the fact that he used this perception. And also, too, he admits that he enjoys lesbian action, but says he's not for the gay agenda. Well,
but
nigga, let me tell you something. What the fuck is lesbians? What are they? They're gay, right? They're gay females. So you're all for that gay agenda because you have lesbians on your profile picture. You admit that you watch lesbian porn. You show lesbian porn on my stream on purpose to try to get my stream flagged, which I got on record, and I did flag you for that, because you try to flag me by showing porn. So I flagged you for that. And then on top of that, you then say, I prefer my lesbians and I prefer Felicia because she's a lesbian, and I want my lesbians to be suited for the black king, the black Israelites or something like that. But yet he says I don't like the gay agenda. So from that observation, I could immediately tell
He did.
what gay agenda means to people like Eric Melendez. And there's a lot of people that think like Eric Melendez. There's a lot of people who think like him.
Yep.
What that means is that he wants a society where men are in a certain way and women could act like any way. Women could exhibit their full extent of their sexuality, whether it's heterosexuality, bisexuality, homosexuality. They could exhibit these three traits, and to them, that's like cool. It's awesome because to them, they have a mindset of fetishizing, which is nothing wrong with fetishizing. But the problem comes into play when the men are doing the same thing, and either the women will persecute them for it, or the men will persecute them for it. You know?
Right.
And that's the dynamic I'm talking about. So when they talk about the gay agenda, I always say what you mean and mean what you feel. When you say the gay agenda, you're referring to men, right? You're not referring to women, because I'm looking at music videos, I'm looking at TV media. Lesbians have been out for how many forms of media, from hip hop to rock to rap, all from jazz to disco. They have been out there, and no one but an eye. No one said there was no agenda. No one said, oh, it's the gay agenda they're promoting. No, it only comes down to when men are doing it, and that's when they say it. So when we should really change the term gay agenda, because it ain't no gay agenda. It's the anti-male homo agenda. That's what it is. That's what because when it comes to lesbians, they don't say it, but when it comes to men, that's when they say it.
Oh, yeah.
So, Reptilian or Hero, what's your thoughts on him?
LGBT agenda, but then they say that, and it's like, what are you talking about? Because when you talk about the gay agenda, you include all the other acronyms? No, it's just the gay agenda. Then you're sexist. Then
Well, I think it's because they don't know the acronyms. A lot of them don't take time. That's why they say the alphabet community, because they don't take time in understanding what the acronyms mean. But I notice too, whenever they see, like, for instance, like Lil Nas X, for instance, he wore a dress in the awards, the MTV awards or the VMA awards, and they said, you say he's promoting a gay agenda, but yet these are the same people who will say, if they see two women like Madonna or Britney Spears kissing each other, where's the gay agenda then? And that's more blatant because it's two homoerotic situations, you know? One is a feminization, the other one is actual acts of homoeroticism. So where is the gay agenda when it comes to Madonna and Britney Spears? Where is it? Where's the gay agenda when it comes to Tila Tequila? Where's the gay agenda when it comes to Carmen Electra? Where's the gay agenda when it comes to Pamela Anderson? Where's the gay agenda when it comes to Marilyn Monroe, who admitted in numerous occasions that she will sleep with both men and women at the same time, simultaneously, in 3-way orgies, 6-way orgies, no matter what. She said, she talked about how she ate her best friend's cooch, and how she was going off sucking D and eating the cooch and sucking D at the same time in orgies. She mentioned all of that. So where is the gay agenda then? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is that gay agenda? Because I'm frankly, that shit is more gayer than Lil Nas X wearing dresses. I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? But now it gets to the real point of what I mean and what I say, and it has to do with anti-male homo. That's where it comes from. It's an anti-gay male, I guess, an anti-gay male rhetoric that they use because it's pertaining to males, and that's their target. It's not women, that's their target. So women who wants to speak about it, I want you to realize that you can exhibit your traits of sexual freedom, but men cannot do that. And it's because of a perception that people have of men, where they're seen as being disgusting if they do that, or they may have AIDS or herpes or some sort of sexual transmitted disease. Exactly, but they never call them out because it's a perception of bigotry. That's where it happens, you know?
I agree with you guys. You guys.
Oh, really?
You know, well, why all of a sudden you agree? Because I know you're having a bad time of day as usual. So
I know we got our
I'm
shipping
not
and
go
stuff,
ahead.
canceling anyone.
but you guys are right. You know, you
Go
guys were
ahead.
speaking out for us. And by the way, I'm an Israelite.
You forgot the reptilian part. You know, you're also that too.
What's that?
I said
I'm the biggest lesbian
I
you'll
don't
ever
know, like
see.
seriously.
Yeah.
Well, now ZTB, let me ask you this. Now, wait, now when you brought up Marilyn Monroe, what? It's on
hmm
YouTube, or
it was a documentary she did. It was an interview about her sex life because they wanted to know because
I know what
she
you're talking
was the
about.
hit. She was the hit woman of the 1950s and
yeah,
1940s. So they were talking about Marilyn Monroe and how like what she would do. She had an interview. She would had numerous occasions with multiple men and multiple women at the same time, and like how many way orgy that she would have, and she would perform oral on both of them at the
I
same
didn't know.
time.
So
Yeah.
that
What do
you
you mean
saw
you
that
don't
on
know that? That's how
YouTube.
Hollywood works. So, that's how they all go. They get into the menage a trois
Well,
and they have that interaction.
well,
So, I'm like, well,
well,
see, here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But the thing
yeah,
of it is, why is it that these hoteps and these Hebrew Israelites and these quote unquote truthers are not talking about women exhibiting these traits, but they always talk about men? And this is where I
yeah.
have a problem with it. This is where I call bullshit, where your gay agenda theory comes into play. Because if you really cared about ending a gay agenda, you would try to go way back when lesbians were doing it. But no,
But
because it's seen as a fetish for the patriarchal system, that's why they don't want to call it out. That's the
yeah,
real tea of that's what I believe. I could be wrong, I could be right. But from my point of view, that's what I believe.
Seriously.
I mean, well, hey, well, all I know is that everybody should be treated equal, and it pisses me off when it's the
Exactly.
man. Just like if it's the female teacher if it's the female teacher had sex with a minor, a male that's a minor, oh, no bad comments. But when it's a male, grown teacher doing it to a female that's a minor, oh, it's World War III. They need to
Yeah,
be
and that's where and that's another issue. That's another form of sexism when it comes to pedophilia. I
sexist.
treat pedophilia the same, whether a man or woman is doing it. It's disgusting. It's
It's
sick.
more so
Yeah.
But see, okay, but remember the situation with Lil Boosie? I'm gonna show you that where he let his 12-year-old son have sex with a grown 30-year-old woman, and she gave him head. That's child abuse, and he was there. He set it up. He let his 12-year-old kid,
Oh, yeah.
have sex with a grown woman, a 30-year-old woman, and he was like he's trying to teach his kid how to be a real man. Well, nigga, you are the same person that allow your kid to practice pedophilia, but had it been the other way around and a grown 30-year-old man will eat a 12-year-old vagina, the society will be
Oh,
raising hell and
you.
lock him up, put him in jail, execute him, send him the death
Oh,
threat.
yeah.
But yet a woman is doing it to a 12-year-old
12-year-old
boy.
male.
All of a boy, because he ain't a man yet, 12-year-old boy, and
That male.
that's seen as being cool, or
Cool.
you're getting some. It's the same concept of gender wars and neutrality that comes from this.
Yeah,
And
he probably
nobody
didn't
talks
enjoy it.
about this, and anyone that does, you will get trolled. You will get told that you're a simp. You will get told that what else? Not you're a simp, but also you're just a weak beta male and all this other stuff, because they hold on to these values and they use it indefinitely. And the worst part about it is that they use religion to justify their own intolerance and I guess worldview. That's
Yeah,
the
that's just
worst
like,
part.
let me say, that's just like saying if I have a son and he having sex with a grown female, I wouldn't be like, oh, that's what I'm talking about, son. No, I'd have been like, you going to prison. I'd have been like,
Yep.
no, you're going to prison. Same if it was my daughter,
I
same
don't know
thing.
about that. DTA.
Now I don't care. Everybody should be treated. See, everybody should be treated equal. Just like
Mason,
when
what's going on? Felicia, my Nubian queen, what's
ZTB.
going on? Peter, what's going on?
Let me say this too, ZTB. You agree with this too? You ready? All right.
What?
So what pisses me off is that females love to say they don't have rights, But then, but like when a man and woman get a divorce, who the kids go to? The man or the woman? The
It
woman.
goes to women first.
Yes. So, when the woman, or sometimes too, when it in divorce too, the woman to get the house that the man had before he even met the
That's why
woman.
you get a prenup.
Yeah,
Period.
that's why you got a prenup. Yeah,
And they
that's
got a
why you
problem
got to
with
have a.
it. Say, well,
Yeah,
that's not my problem.
yeah. Because that's why. But some people will be like, oh, because some people don't get a prenup to say they don't want nothing of the woman's. Or sometimes, but that's why. Yeah, because they'll take your house, everything. Oh, and another thing too, they. Oh, it's okay for the women to hit men, but then when the men hit back, don't hit her. She's a
Yeah, it
girl.
happens a lot. It happens a lot where the women will abuse the men and smack him, hit him with a bottle, or hit him with some
And
sort of
and
item,
nobody
and then
say
the
don't
man
hit him.
hits
He's a
her.
boy. Don't hit him.
The
We should
perception
get the
of the
same
female
respect
will be
back too.
believed.
Every male and female should say don't hit.
Because females, when a female complains about their and I'm sorry if I piss off other people here, but it is what it is. I always say my channel's a coliseum. If you don't like it,
You heard me?
press the back button. But if a female usually complains about abuse, 9 times out of 10 people will be into believing
Oh
her
yeah.
version, because if she admits to the police that she has been abused and her husband beat her and they had an argument, and he hit her and he punched her, the police are going to put the man
But that
in,
ain't fair.
yeah, they're going to put him in what was they going to arrest him and detain him temporarily to investigate and to see his side of the story, because 9 times out of 10
Women
people would
lie.
believe the female, because people are sympathetic towards female perception, and
And that ain't fair.
that's not fair. It's not. But what happens is that this is what happens when you have situations where gender inequality happens, and it's kind of sad that this happens.
Yeah, and
But
let
we
me
live in a society that's very, you
Tragic.
talk about simping, that's the biggest form of
yeah,
simping.
and
you know
let me say this too. Yeah, they'll believe the female first, and that ain't always right. But see, that's what anything, and that's what pissed me off. You want it like the old saying goes. You wanted equal rights like a man, so you gonna get treated like a man if you put your hands on me.
If I hold the door for you, I'm not holding the door for you because
I'm a
you're a
gentleman.
woman. I'm holding the door for you because it's the right thing and it's the most respectful thing to do. Because I would like someone to hold the door for me when I'm walking in. I don't want them to slam the door, close the door in my face when I'm
Face
walking. I'm
and
behind you.
yeah, and just
No, you
open the
better
door for
open that damn door for me, because there's plenty of people in New York City that don't do it. They close the door in front of your face, but yet if you're a man and you don't and you close the door in their face, they think, oh, I'm a lady. You should be doing this to me.
Oh yeah,
No,
I'm a lady. They like to blame though, cause I'm a girl. Oh, open the door for me.
You do
yeah,
know when I do it, I open the door for everybody.
Yeah,
yeah. You
I'm.
be
I
respectful
do it for
towards
the men
everybody.
too. I do it for the men too.
I
If
do
I
it for
see a
both
man
genders.
behind
I
me,
said, listen, I open the door. Someone is coming behind me. I open the door because I know they're coming in. They're going to the same place I'm
Like
going. So
talk
I'm
to
open
me.
the door for you. I'm not going to close it.
close
It's
it
like
just cause.
talk
Yeah,
to Jesus.
just cause you the man, just cause you the what, just cause you the woman. I'm supposed to just open. If I see a man behind me, I'ma hold the door for him.
Period.
And I'm straight. I love females, but still, I still gonna open. I ain't gonna just slam the door in the men's face and don't do it to the females. Regardless, I'm a nice guy. I'm gonna hold the door for you, no matter what. If I see you coming, and some people say, "Oh, thank you," and some people I'll be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Some don't speak back. I'm a nice guy, but everybody ain't gonna
I
be
get
nice
that.
back.
I'm the one. When I open the door, they don't even thank me.
Yeah, most of them don't. I
And
mean,
I
I know.
remember that. I remember the people who, because I'm good with remembering faces. So if I see the same person who don't hold the door for me, and I'm behind you and you close the door on me, I'm not gonna hold the door for you.
Yeah.
Bitch, be gone. I don't care what gender you are. I'm not holding the door for you. I'll slam the door. I'll pretend like you're not even behind me, because I
Yeah.
remember who you are, and I remember what you had done when I tried to hold the door for you, and when I hoped that you would hold the door for me. You didn't do it.
Well, me and
Yep.
you are different on that aspect. If they don't hold the door for me, I just
Yeah.
ignore the person and still hold it anyway.
Felicia says, okay, so let me get to DTA. DTA says maybe they're gay themselves and they're projecting. Well, no, it's not all the time. I used to think that. I used to really think that maybe they're just insecure with themselves. But no, I actually think this is a societal acceptance thing. And I think women are to blame for this. I definitely do believe it. I believe it. It's the social acceptance of the macho stereotype, and they know that women will go social media and will talk and gossip about them, and be like, oh, he's acting such and such kind of way, or he's hanging out with this person, so he must be suspect. It's always this idea that they have to shame a person just for living their life and their truth, and they always come with speculation rather than concrete evidence. And even if that person is, what the hell are you doing on social media telling other people about their personal business? That means, and a lot of females are guilty of doing this. They are very much guilty of it. They don't like to talk about it because then it negates the victim mentality, but they do it, and it's sad, but they do it. They do it all the time.
Yeah, and see that what pisses me off is females get away with a lot, and that ain't right. And if I gotta make that
I
change when
agree.
I'm
Me
when I'm
too.
famous, I'll do it. I don't care because everybody. Oh, just like for centuries. Oh, it was okay for back even in the 1800s. It was okay for a 14 or 15-year-old to date a grown man in his 40s or 30s or 20s. But if it was a boy back
What?
then.
Oh,
Oh no, back in those days it was allowed that 14, 15-year-olds can
That was
marry
illegal.
grown men.
Yeah, in the 1920s and 10s,
The
because
early in the
back during
1900s.
them, the age limit for maturity, and this is also why they always say that, oh, women mature faster than men. That's an excuse. That's not true. It's because people have a perception of wanting younger women, like under 18. And back then, because men had more rights because they can vote, they made it so that they could date any girl like under 16 and have her be
15,
married
14.
and betrothed. And yeah, they used to get them from like 11, and they would use them
Yep,
for
back
sex.
then.
These were like men who were extremely pedophilic, and they would use them for sex. But if it was the other way around, and like for instance,
Back in those days.
then
Like
they wouldn't allow it. Yeah.
Like
That ain't
Jeffrey.
fair.
But
Like Jeffrey Epstein, he's a sick mofo. The stuff that he done, you wouldn't even want to believe it.
Expose him. You know how many fucking views that would have had if Chris Hansen did a Dateline NBC on that motherfucker? It would be, everybody be fucking watching. That's how fucking.
And you would be
Yeah,
panicked too.
like
Right?
okay, yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like, say if I was there back then in the
But his French
1900s.
friend got killed. Yeah, his French friend got killed this year.
Yeah,
Jeffrey Epstein.
yeah. But just say
And then Giselle Maxwell is in trouble too as well, but she's not the main component. The main component is that, and I know you're going to get mad, Hero, but I'm going to say this. Donald Trump was involved with Jeffrey Epstein's parties back in the 90s. Not currently, but in the 90s. Yes, he was. And there's many videos and pictures of him partying with Jeffrey Epstein, because it's a rich white man club. And with rich white men comes rich white parties. And those rich white parties involve pedophilia, involves cannibalism, involves ritualism, whatever they do.
And I used to think he was a good person, Trump, but
He
then
went on the island many times.
I used to think Trump was a good person, but then, but I know his niece spoke on him. One of his nieces who ain't racist spoke on him and said he is a racist and all that. Because one of his nieces wrote a book about him and said, "Oh yeah, he's a closet. He's a racist." And I back then when I was a
I'll
kid,
tell
I
you
didn't know
that
no better.
personally, back when he did to my father in the 80s, yeah.
Well, what about your father in the 80s?
You remember when he tried to hire for Trump Towers and he told him, so we don't hire niggers? Yeah.
I remember watching The Apprentice, seeing some of the episodes when I was in middle school, and I know he did have black people on the show, but and then he would say you're fired to whether black, white. I know I would him, but nah, I don't remember him saying niggers on
He
there because
didn't say it, but he said it to. There was no cameras around, but he said it
off
to my
camera.
father in the Trump. Yeah, it was in the 80s. It was in the 1980s, 1981, 1982, and he said that he don't want niggers working in the Trump Towers.
And what your dad said.
Wait, this is for real?
It's 100% for real.
When what your dad said back to him after he said nigger.
He said, "Later for you, fuck you," and he left.
Yeah, man. Well, now look at the Trump Towers went out of business.
Not
Hmm.
so.
Now, you got no. And see what pissed me off about Trump when he was the president. See this
Trump Tower.
pandemic, he kept the virus a secret because it took place in the country China first. He hid it.
Wuhan.
He hid it, and now and I heard too. And see now, he friends with the president of Russia, Putin. So I know Donald Trump had an issue on that Ukraine attack because him and Putin friends. And that's why the attack. I know they had, but he also had something to do with it too. And I was seeing on CNN that
Well, it's not just him. It's Dennis Rodman that has a tie with the Putin and
what he
Kim
cool
Jong
with them
Un.
too,
Mm-hmm.
because I heard
North
Putin
Korea
was
and
racist
Russia.
too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
heard Putin
they
was
don't
racist.
care. They don't care about their racism because as long as you're a famous figure, they're going to enjoy your company regardless of your race. So this is where I say that celebrity privilege comes into play because even though Dennis Rodman is a black man,
Yeah,
because of its status quo in the industry, that gets overlooked. And
because he a
yeah.
big celebrity.
Mhm.
That's just like saying
Exactly.
when I'm a celebrity one day. Say I know people like I do stuff for good people. Then they're gonna be like, oh, well, he get away 'cause he's a celebrity. He can, you know. I'm just saying, but I won't be helping evil.
I got some water, bro. Oh, nice.
I wouldn't be helping
That
evil.
was
I'll
good.
be helping the good people. So they'll be like, oh, well, because that's one status, big celebrity,
But
and
you
they get,
also have to watch it because then you also have your managers and I guess what you would call your handlers telling you what to say and how to say. And if you deviate from the script, you can get blacklisted from Hollywood. Felicia says, yeah, it's true. This is okay. So this is a real interview with Lil Boosie with Charlemagne the God and Lil Boosie. And this is what he said. So Charlemagne the God asked Lil Boosie, Boosie, why you hate Lil Nas X? And this is Lil Boosie reply. Because he promoting the gay shit in front of our kids. Not everybody with that. Charlemagne the God, what do you think of lesbians? I need my strippers, man. This is exactly the prime example that I was talking about when I said this, and this is part of the reason why I made this stream too, because this is exactly what I mean. The sexualization of females, and that females could exhibit their fullest extent to their sexual culture, but men can't do that. And this is exactly what I mean right here. And I saw that interview. That's why I wanted to punch him in his ugly ass Flavor Flav looking self, because he's so ugly and his behavior is ugly with his physicality, just like with other people that we know.
You talk about Boosie.
That
Boosie
creature.
is ugly, dude.
He's ugly just like other people we know who their looks matches their persona. And this is exactly what I mean. This is what I mean. And this is what the rap industry and the hip hop industry always does. And they always do this all the time, and they never talk about it because they know they don't want to lose followers. They don't want to lose the people who support them, and so they try to stay away from it. But yet they wind up saying some fuck shit like the baby, and they just Lil Boosie is just coming out about it. And what's worse, that you also have people out there on the YouTube sphere that is supporting Lil Boosie for what he's saying. A lot of these quote unquote free speech kinds of people are like saying, yeah, because he's trying to teach men how to be men. Like, okay, so what is a man? What is a man in your definition? Because as far as I'm concerned, he biologically has a penis, so thus he's a man by default. So what do you mean by men? You mean in a certain way where women could fetishize men and men could be perceived in that patriarchal caste system. That's exactly what this ugly Lil Boosie, bug-eyed looking fool said. And that's his agenda. That's his agenda. So that is what is happening here. And it's sad that people don't see that, and that the people who call it out are told that they're simps, weak, beta males, cucks, all these names. Like, are you a bully or something? Like, you're just a fucked up person that you would say something like that? And that's what they would say. And it's so sad that they would do that.
But
Yeah.
they themselves are weak. They're weak-minded. They want to believe in they want to play the follow the leader mortality. They don't want to trust in themselves. They don't want to be leaders themselves. They just want to see their own demise. So let them.
Exactly. They want to exactly, perfect word, follow the leader, because what they want to do is that they have a perception. And my thing I hate the most is when they use religion to justify that.
Here's a quote I got.
When they say I'm a God-fearing person and I believe the Bible said God should be with Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Well, Eve should not be with Eve.
Yeah.
And Evan. I mean, Eve and Evelyn. If you want to talk about Adam and Steve, well, Eve should not be with Eve and Evelyn if you want to go there. Okay? But you want your Eve and Evelyn, though. You want your Eve with your Evelyn.
I got a quote for that. It's called, they believe in reception, right? Well, it's going to cause their deception.
Well,
exactly.
Hold on. Let me make a quote here. And I'll let you speak. Their reception will be their deception. That's all I'm going to say right there. Their reception will be their deception.
Well, okay.
And when you come out with that, that's where it stands by. Because when you say shit like that, make it make sense. That's why I hate it when they use religion, because then you put Christians in a bad light, and then these are people who follow the Christianity religion, and then they say things like this, like what little fucking ugly Boosie is saying, and they literally regurgitate and this is why I made the last stream about the sins, how the sins of the Bible is just human behavior, because that's what it is. That's what it is. It literally is that, and they're literally sinning. They're trying to say, these are both, okay, according biblically speaking, these are both sins. So Lil Boosie is promoting a gay agenda towards lesbians, but he's not promoting a gay agenda towards men, because he's a sexist. He's sexist towards males, and not only that, he's promoting a sinful life. In his mind, in his end, he thinks of it as making a boy a man. So he's choosing a sin and glorifying that and using that as his forefront rather than being honest about his own intuition. And a lot of these, I'm telling you, it's big in the black community. It's big in the white community. It's big all over, especially places where there's heavy amounts of Christianity. Unfortunately, this is where it comes down to. It comes down to the contradicting statements that these people make. And it's sad because these people, like in Jamaica, they kill people for that. It's so sad.
Yeah, but you see, that's why I figured that's why Boosie don't like him, because he gay. See, he just don't worry. And then you say he let his 12-year-old son have sex with a 30-some-year-old female.
Yes, no, he hired a prostitute / stripper, a 30-something-year-old. I'm not sure, but she's in her mid-30s. To literally go down on his 12-year-old son's wiener and suck it off until he busts.
So if I look this up on YouTube,
you're gonna find he openly admitted it. As a matter of fact, let me get the receipts. Hold on.
Send the video.
You guys keep talking. Discord. I'm gonna find it. Hold on.
Yeah, send it to my Discord.
That's child endangerment right there.
Yeah. But I bet you wouldn't have your higher.
And I was so disappointed in the black community for not saying anything about this shit. They were like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna get it. Oh yeah, you're making your son get some." Literally agreeing with fucking pedophilia, right? Like
you did right.
They're hypocrites.
And you can call me a coon, you can call me a house nigger, you can say whatever. You are a sick mofo, and all of you people supporting it are sick in the head. And you guys, whatever you say about me, you guys are a million times worse
the African
for agreeing with that. But let me get that. Hold on.
African American Association are hypocrites too. Not just the black community, but the African American Association.
It don't matter. That happens.
That's the black community.
But no, it happens in other races too.
Yes, our race can contradict ourselves, but that goes for everybody.
Yeah, that's just any race, not just the black race.
That's true.
The media panders to it.
Yeah, that's in any race.
They know we're easily deceived, so they're going to pander to it. They're going to pander to it and pretend that they care about us, but in reality, they're just lying to your face.
Yeah, they're just lying, and like people, And people, especially Eric, he think, black people can't do no wrong, but black can. There's
Fine, deal.
Yeah, any race can do wrong with you. Mix one race, it don't matter. Anywhere around the world, in any country,
I got some
continent.
spirit for your ass right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So this is what
Anti-gay
this
rapper.
ugly want
His hair.
Soldier Boy looking wannabe. This is Soldier Boy if he was ugly. This would be him. He's like a Flavor Flav looking mofo.
Yeah.
Anti-gay rapper Boosie Badass Lil Boosie says he hired a woman to sexually assault his 12 and 13-year-old sons. So it was two sons he allowed his sons to be assaulted, the 12-year-old and the 13-year-old,
So let me just say this too.
to make
Like,
him straight. And this is what he said. This is what he says. And I quote, read this. I'm gonna actually maximize this so you guys can see it. This is what his justification. This is what he said. I know what the fuck she did to them. I'm getting them prepared, man.
That's not how it works. You don't get a grown woman to do
That's
that.
what he said. I am not effing kidding you.
Yeah, this guy should be arrested, or better yet, get beaten the fuck out of for saying that shit. I would love to beat this.
Nobody did it. Nobody did it.
there was
Nobody did it.
So he making son of me, but like the old saying go, you can't believe what the media says,
Mafia will
but this
beat
is actually true.
kill him the second he did that. They'll be like, they won't
They
say
thought he was trying to make him a man because it's the perception. This also comes with the media. It comes with the idea of the bling bling. I got the dollar bills. I got all these honeys with me. Look at them. It's the perception of getting that pseudo fake king life that the media and the rap industry and the hip hop industry promotes when it comes down to people like Boosie. Boosie is literally the embodiment on a public domain, a public display of what is exactly what's happening in these music videos in school, where boys are told to lose their virginity quickly and not save themselves. Virginity is looked down upon because to them it's not masculine. It is not cool to save yourself for that person. I'm listen, let me tell you something. I know I'm not an innocent person, but I don't be a hypocrite and judge other people for their sexual freedom. You know me, I don't do that.
I don't do
But
that
at the
either.
same time, this is the kinds of people that you will find in society, and nobody's saying anything about this. This man should be in prison. Okay, where you talk about all these other pedophiles, look at what this man did. He let two of his sons, a 12 and a 13-year-old, be sexually assaulted by a 30-something-year-old stripper to prepare them to become men.
And what if those grown men did to have AIDS?
Yeah, they were.
Oh no, because it's only the faggots that got the AIDS, right?
No.
Yeah, and I'm gonna quote what he said.
And let me say this. So, like me and you always said, ZTB, you can't always believe the media what they say. So you believe this on here.
You can't
It's
believe
not the media. It's this fucking fool. He's the one who said it. He's the one who came out and outed himself, letting his 12 and 13-year-old get molested by a 35-year-old woman.
So if I look it up on like on YouTube,
You're gonna
and he'll
find it.
talk
Just Google it. Just Google it. That's what I did.
and he'll talk on the microphone being interviewed or something.
Yeah. Go to the Charlemagne the God interview on YouTube about Lil Boosie. Felicia put the quotes there.
Okay, yeah. Matter of fact,
You're gonna find that shit, and I'm telling you, it's a big thing, and people are not talking about it.
And when you looked at the comments, no bad comments, right?
Yeah, they're like, oh, well, it's a split divide. Obviously, the sensible people will be in the newer comments, but the top voted comments are literally a lot of them were supporting him, like for his idea. Like, are you kidding me?
That's disgusting. But I don't care. I'm not agreeing with that because he had sex with a 30-something-year-old chick or whatever. I ain't care. That's still sick. You having sex with a boy that's a minor. I'm not going. That's like saying if my son has sex.
No, I care the fact that he had his 12 and he has two sons, right? So the boys are a year apart. One is 12, the other one is 13. He let both of them had sex with a 30-year-old something stripper.
And what if his kids have AIDS And then what?
Nope, because to him, only faggots carry AIDS.
Oh man.
But women carried AIDS
But
too.
don't worry.
But
Don't
it's a
worry.
perception, hero.
Yeah.
Realistically, we know that people who usually have unprotected sex usually are carrying AIDS or HIV or some sort of STD. But the perception of blaming it
Herpes.
on gay people is why people like Boosie are reeking off of their privilege in society of being that straight man and literally doing stuff like this. And because of his sexuality, because of the fact that he's straight, because the fact that he's a man, and because he's promoting the dream hip hop lifestyle, they will allow the pedophilia to be okay because for a boy, it's seen as his rite of passage in their demented warp head.
Yeah, but my camera's not sharing.
That's some true woke shit. Ain't no mofo can refute. Eric Melendez can't refute. No Hebrew, no woke motherfucker, no red pillar can refute what I just said because it's exactly what is going on there. Exactly what's going on there.
Well, like I said, if I knew Boosie personally and I caught his sons having sex in the act, I would have beat that woman silly.
I'm watching Aqua Teen Hunger.
Hey George, what's going on?
You heard me, ZTV?
Spider-looking thing, and it looks
what
like
you were saying? Repeat what you said, Antoine.
I said if I knew Boosie personally and I seen his kids getting sexually molested by this grown female, I would have hurt this woman myself.
I would have done the same thing.
I don't care.
I would if she would have shit. If that was happening to my sons, I would have definitely hurt. I would have,
I would have murdered them.
No, I would have treat you the same way how I treat a man.
Yes,
I don't care, and you don't use your because she's a woman, and no. Send that pseudo-feminist bullshit down your throat and take it with the other lunatics out there who's going to believe you. But like I said, it comes from perception of females are more than likely to be seen as victims, and thus that's why they would believe that, and they would see her as being, maybe she's just wanting someone younger to satisfy her. She's a woman after all, and so thus she has to gain that satisfaction from someone who's much younger because they're more fertile and they can get it on faster. That would be their perception of her. I'm not joking. Like these fucking Pan-Africanists will literally justify this shit and give credence to what Boosie just did. And justify that shit. Go to the comment section on YouTube. You're gonna see it. It is so despicable that I really I had to close out the tab quickly because I was really oh my god, I was losing it. I was really losing it. And I was at work and I was literally losing it. I was like, no,
there's no bad comments. There's no bad comments.
I couldn't because it was breaking my focus. But it was in my head the entire time about this because I'm like, the hell? Like,
yeah, I believe you because they when it's the boy that's a minor, they'll be like, "I'll give him props." Now, if that was my nephew or sons, ain't no way I would be dapping my sons and nephews and saying, "Oh, go, you had sex with a grown female." Oh no. I would have beat the living hell out of that female and even murdered her. I don't care. Male, female, I don't care. You could be the president of the United States. If I catch you with any of my family, any of my daughters or sons, I don't care. I don't care who you. I don't care if you fight for my country.
And he gotten away with it. There was no police reports or nothing. He gotten away with it, Felicia. And literally letting his minor 2 kids, not 1, 2 kids, doing it. 2.
Yeah, but he got away with it because
he got away with it because, and it's really of the American system that allowed this to happen.
He got away
why
with it
he's not in prison right now.
Because he's a celebrity.
And it's so sad. It's so freaking sad.
Honestly.
And the difference too, same with Hugh Hefner. The reason why he didn't go to prison because the girls was the Playboy bunnies that was scared to say something.
Yeah,
They
they
were
should have.
scared to say something because society will call them hoes and sluts, and oh,
They were scared that they
they'll
would get killed
yeah,
because they would threaten them that they would kill them too.
they would kill him. But they also know that Hugh Hefner has one of the best lawyers, so
Yeah,
they know they don't have the money or the funds to have the best attorneys to defend them in any sort of
yeah,
lawsuits. So
yeah,
they know they couldn't get away with it, so they had to just comply because one, you posed for Playboy, you were a Playboy bunny, you were
yeah.
in the
They chose
Playboy
to do it.
mansion. They're gonna say, well, you sign up for that, so you should
Yeah,
have already know the deal.
yeah,
They would say that, so they felt like it was a lost cause at that point.
yeah. Because I watched Secrets of
Absolutely, the
Playboy.
Joker. The link
I
is up in
I
here. I'm gonna put the link.
I watched Secrets of Playboy. It's new. It came on in January this year, and they was talking about it. And like they said, he would be in prison right now if they would have.
Bro, speaking of
But
that,
because
one.
Hugh Hefner died back in 2017, and
Speaking,
and it breaks my heart how he treated those females though, like drugging them up. And I heard
Yeah, he did a lot.
male
He had sex
celebrities.
with every female in the
Oh yeah,
Playboy
and
Mansion
recorded it. It
and
recorded it.
recorded it, and also um drugged them and
Yep,
beat them and
and
at
I
times.
oh yeah, and I
And
heard
they
even
also, quiet as kept, they also did some ritual shit too.
yeah, and I heard
Hmm.
too male celebrities even molested them too and killed them. So
speaking of that,
Yeah.
Antoine, did you know that they were trying to stop porn back then? And I said, yeah, good luck stopping that because mafias they profited off
oh yeah,
prostitution.
see that's what I'm saying. See that's what I'm saying because I know you can't believe the media now.
They told them not to build. You remember how I said that the feds made a law that if they made casinos, they will be arrested. You think these people gave a fuck? No,
Yeah,
they didn't.
yo, they know they didn't. That's what I'm saying.
They did it
People,
anyway.
yeah, because people, yeah, and I know some. Not saying
They
all,
needed a
like
way
saying
to
what
make money.
Hollywood too. Not
They
saying
needed a
all.
way to make money because they were a business. I mean, yeah,
Oh
sure, it's
yeah,
organized crime, but they
oh yeah.
needed a business to
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
their
That's just like saying what Hollywood. Sure, Marilyn Monroe had to do some things in Hollywood because there was some pervert men out there that would treat her bad, and she was at her prime to the point where she had full control to do what she wanted. I heard she even had her Marilyn Monroe Studios. But then, and then like then things escalated. Then they found out she was dead, and then she had to do all these stuff that she didn't want to do, and like it just it breaks my heart that back then in those times that and it's still don't get me wrong, it's still
And
like
it
that
was
to this
way
day.
worse in the 50s and
In the
40s.
50s, yeah, it was way worse with
And what's up,
celebrities,
Joker?
but
What's going on?
back in those days, like I heard
Hello.
things that they done to
My kid
Marilyn Monroe.
likes to speak.
It just got me just
As
wish I
soon as
was there.
Antoine's finished.
Oh yeah, it just got me. Wish I was there back then to save her myself. It just pressed so sad. Like I mean, like cause I know the guy who believed in her had died, and she had a guy she was dating, another guy, and then he died, and then other stuff escalated with other men there, and then the other who made her a star, who said, "Oh, I made you a star, and you're gonna tell me this last about the news." It just back in Bedford back then it was sexist towards women back then too.
Women couldn't vote back then.
Yeah, and in the 50s and too, cause like when she was the first woman to post for Playboy back in '53. Oh man, that could have ended her career because she
Yeah.
posed naked. And I'm just saying, but it like
No, but see, what was happening was that there was a group, like I said, it was a rich white man's club. And what happened was that these white men wanted to start the sexualization of females. How it started was that they wanted to have the idea, let's break the taboo, let's break the barriers, let's put it out there. We all know what straight men want, so we're going to put naked females, and this is what eventually leads to the Playboy aspect coming in. And that's what they did. So that's what they did with Marilyn Monroe. Now, Marilyn Monroe was not the first one. She's just the well-known one that probably, and if there's rumor has it, that she had sex with over 1 million people.
well, I know even though Marilyn Monroe never visited the Playboy Mansion,
I mean, who does
but
that?
Hugh
But she
Hefner,
did
Wait.
in her life.
Billion? That's
Over a million, yeah.
that's like 1,000 men a day, right?
Yeah, because remember she was the hit. She was the hit girl back then. She was the hit female.
she was the like she was like,
So many people look up and idolize this woman as a goddess, so as a sex goddess.
and a lot of men back in those days, I know had crushes on her too. So I know I know, like
Every man who was
every
straight
man,
had a crush, and bi had a
no
crush
matter
on Marilyn.
what race they were, all the men, even the Russians, she flew all the way to
Hell, there are
Russia.
even gay men who has crushes on Marilyn
Uh,
Monroe. They
uh,
see her as their idol.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Even in Russia, when she performed in the country of Russia, she one of her songs. Oh man, all the men had smiles on their faces when they saw her, like in person when she
Because she
performed.
was that it girl. She was the one.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
and everybody, it's just sad how her lifestyle.
Hey,
That she was a good person.
race
She,
standards, is Marilyn Monroe body considered average?
I think that there's more beautiful women out there besides Marilyn. I just think the media used her as sort of like
she was
a
she's an
figurehead
icon.
for she's an icon. Now granted, there are many women out there that are more beautiful than Marilyn, but the fact that she was the standards that they wanted in a real woman. They wanted a woman with voluptuous lips, a voluptuous ass, slim, bleach blonde hair, because her real hair is not blonde,
It
it's
was it was
brunette.
a brunette. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
And
that's
I
that's
mean,
what they wanted, and that's why they wanted her to be the it girl. You know, she wasn't the most beautifulest, but she was the well known and iconic,
well,
and that iconic aspect to Marilyn is why everyone wanted to have sex with Marilyn.
yeah, yeah. She was a beautiful woman inside and out
She
to
was
me.
definitely beautiful,
Yeah,
but she wasn't the best looking one. I personally think out of average, if I give her a 1 out of 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, I give her about just an 8. She's not a 9 for me. She's not a 10. She's about an 8.
well, hey, that's your opinion. I mean,
The
but
wrong word.
And
she. I mean, but she ain't
Hey,
the only one
Some
I
people
always
give
thought
her a
pretty
solid 10
and
because they
into.
worship her like a
hey,
goddess.
DD, that's not funny. This boozy badass guy, I feel like someone will copy his behavior one day.
Da Baby already did that.
who?
Da Baby.
Who's the
Da
baby?
Baby. You don't know Da Baby? Well, thank goodness you don't know. But Da Baby is a rapper who did that in Florida, where he went to a concert and he basically said some extremely homophobic things that, all my women's pussy better be wet for me. All my women's pussy better be wet for me. And all them homos out there got the AIDS virus. You don't want that. They were saying some fuck shit like on the theater.
Oh yeah, well don't worry. Well, best believe when Boozy die, he going straight to hell.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he does.
You
Not
know,
with me though. If I'm in hell, I don't want this. Get that Flavor Flav ugly cockroach looking motherfucker. Put him to a different hell. Put him to a different heaven. If he's going to heaven, I'm good deuces because I don't want to see your ugly ass.
oh yeah, yeah. Cause man, oh my gosh, I gotta remember that to type that in. What Charlemagne thought on that situation when he was defending them too?
No, Charlemagne. Of course, no. Charlemagne was not defending him. Charlemagne himself admitted that he had sex with his best friend. Because Charlemagne is bi. I don't know if you guys know that. He
So
has.
he trying to make his son to be a man with a
Yeah.
female, but then he
hmm
gay bashing gay people, gay guys.
Exactly.
But then
Exactly.
you saying he bisexual? Charlemagne said
No,
he bisexual.
Charlemagne is bi. Lil Boosie is not. Well, I don't know. But Lil Boosie wanted to make his sons men, and what he
Oh,
did was, Charlemagne is bi though. But Lil Boosie, I think he portrays himself as
Closet.
this. Huh?
Lil Boosie's in the closet.
I think so too. I definitely do believe he calls himself straight.
Why is he so damn, like dedicated to make his sons right?
And you know what they say, women out there, I'm letting you know this. If your man constantly talk bad about gay men or gay people in general, look at him closely because he has some skeletons in his closet. I'm just saying, you want to talk, I think that will be a good time to discuss what and what, because you know what they say about those kinds of people. And the same thing vice versa. If a woman is being homophobic towards men or women, you know what they say, she got some skeletons in her closet. Look it up. They always have a
Hey, fuck how you talk about this in front of someone on CTV.
huh?
Me?
Oh, because of Nick being here.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's like I said, this is a coliseum. This is not a safe space. It's not Discord, and it's not Reddit. So we don't. This is not a safe space. So, like I said, the strongest person who makes it out alive survives, and that's how I treat my channel. That's how I treat my presentation here. This is pretty much how it is, and I have changed the dynamic structure of my channel. I don't think I've told you guys this, but I have changed the dynamic structure of my channel to where I'm going to allow slurs only so I can use it as a way to showcase the behavioral aspect towards people. So if people they can take my video, they can take my streams, use it in context, and say what they want to say about them. I'm not going to flag them for it. I'm not going to say, oh, you took my stream and you use it to prove something. Go ahead. I want that. And I meant to tell you I was going to do it in a future stream, but because I already have the notion that my channel is unsafe, my channel is not a friendly space where people can communicate, that would be Reddit and Discord. On those platforms, I don't allow any sort of bigotry. But because this is a coliseum, and because my channel is dedicated to people to talk about whatever and air out their grievances, I'm going to allow people to say slurs. And not just because the fact that I tolerate it, it's more so the fact I want them to reveal themselves and how they really are and their personality. So if anyone wants to use that as context to prove someone wrong, they can go right ahead and do it on the clip that they're in and that they partake in. So that's why, that's one of the things that I'm going to, I wanted to say earlier.
So you want people to be comfortable with themselves so that they can really express who they really are on the inside.
Precisely, because it's a coliseum.
So basically, you allow it.
I allow it for the same purpose. And I'm telling everyone, telling the fans here who's watching, I am going to allow it because I want people to expose who they are. So when time for that to be called for receipts, well, you're free. Anyone is free to use my content as a form of receipt, so they can showcase to whomever and whatever, and they want to show on their channel, they can do it. It's perfectly fine. I'm not going to flag people. If my haters don't like me and they want to use this content, I'm going to allow them to use whatever context they can to take out of this clip or take out of whatever clips they want, and then use that as their forefront to try to call out someone or me or someone else in the panel to talk about for whatever reason they want to.
Oh, CTB, there's something I was meaning to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
One of my videos today, just now, and thank you to all the haters who clicked on it. My CC unit video got 2,000 views as we speak.
Well, that's good. The more clout, the merrier.
But here's the thing. There were people trying to call me out, and then they were saying, and it's always got to be some faceless fucking troll, I swear. This is why when you come on my shit, you better have a fucking profile pic, or else I'm banning that ass.
ZTB, I have a joke for you.
What's the joke?
I can focus on one thing, but if I wanted to, I could look at something else while I'm focused on the other thing. And in between, I can go to the bathroom in 1 second while I look at two things at the same time.
Speaking of trolls,
well, I mean, if you have multi-directional eyes, that would be a benefit to that.
No, I'm talking about, like, it's always got to be
it's an
these
inside joke.
Trolls. These faceless trolls. Okay, so one of them said that, a broken leg is not an emergency. I said, yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Want to know why? Broken leg is an emergency, Harold?
Why?
Can you walk?
Yeah.
I mean, can you walk? Yeah, broken leg.
No.
Okay. Can you operate normally even though you have a broken leg?
No.
Are you a warrior? You say, oh, fuck it, it's just a broken leg. I can walk on it.
No, you can't do that.
Well, some people are crazy adrenaline junkies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but to say that, it's like, so
yeah, yes, broken leg is an emergency.
I could just snap my leg and it would be like, no problem.
Oh, ZTB, I have another joke.
What's the joke?
The joke is that it's too dangerous to be around this person, because if you're around this person, most likely he'll eyeball you in a certain way, especially if you're like half his size.
Wait, are you talking about the rapper?
Well, I mean, they both have a lot in common, both the rapper and that person, because they're both ugly, and they both agree with this whole
This guy's
black
face-
man rhetoric of being bigoted. So I guess that
this
him and that
troll is
person.
faceless. That's the thing. The troll's faceless. You can't. It's always got to be somebody with no profile pic that says
Lil
this shit.
Boosie and his cockroach-looking self. That's what he looks like. Doesn't he look like a cockroach?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he look like he's smelling his own funk.
He kind of looked like the bugs from Bugs Life, the Disney movie.
He does look like the
No,
bugs
he looks
from
like
Bugs
ants
Life.
from the movie Ants.
Yeah. If you really think about it, the animation for Ant was lower quality.
It's like a budgeted Bugs Life.
I bet he had
with more violence.
A black version
Or
of the
Ant
characters
Bully.
from Bob's
Don't forget
Burgers.
Ant Bully. Don't forget Ant Bully.
Oh yeah, but he looked like the characters, a black version of Bob's Burgers. They're behind the register.
Oh, don't do that to ants and the Bugs Life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, the Bugs Life are the better looking. Everyone in the Bugs Life look pretty and refined, but the ants, they look fucking dusty.
Yeah, I don't get it. How come ants have Sylvester
What
Stallone?
about Ant Bully? Now that you're talking about that, what about Ant Bully?
Well, I meant to
any
say,
sort of non-humanoid creature they resemble. But Dragon, what you're saying?
how come like Sylvester Stallone was in Ants, but it didn't do well?
It's just his acting just wasn't that good.
You try acting,
And he only has one kind of voice, and then his voice is very like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's the same thing.
Well, what the first thing I did was I directed a softcore porn at that time.
It did. No, actually, that was softcore. That would look more because you see everything. It was more.
Oh, it's
hardcore.
actually softcore.
That was kind of
But I
explicit.
come a long way, okay, because I was the Expendables. I was Rocky. I was Tango from Tango and Cash, and I was also Judge Dredd. And if you want to, talk about my career,
That's one of his best movies, Judge Dredd.
I
don't know. And how was my slur voice?
Pretty
Feels
good.
good.
Definitely MJ like.
No,
Good
you
job.
did a good Sylvester Stallone there.
Well, let's just say that I liked Rambo back then a lot.
Yes,
I
Diamond
do.
Princess. Josephine Baker performed naked as she did. She did.
Yeah.
She did.
You know who else performed naked? A character from Darksiders, the one with that's a cat. Forgot her name.
Yeah, but that's Hero, that's a fictional character. This is a real person.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an animated character. This is real people. We're talking about real people who literally had to do stuff on the basis of sexuality and sexism,
Who's Diamond Princess?
She's a new follower of mine.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well,
That's
Diamond
J-Man's
Princess.
friend. I heard.
So far, no one is starting trouble here right now, so there's no reason to kick anybody. Oh, you're talking about Nick. I already explained myself, and I think I made it clear, and I was going to do a stream later on talking about this within the week. I was supposed to be on Friday or Saturday about the new rules here. It was going to be rules with a Z because I'm corny, and I have no originality. So, I was going to do that and talk about the fact that my channel is a coliseum. I'm going to allow slurs of any kind to be used. I'm not going to censor people from saying it. Like, I'm not going to say, don't say the F word, don't say the N word. I'm going to let people say what they want to say. Why? Is because I want people to expose who they are with their personality, and I want them to let hold on. All right, Hero, thank you for being here. I want them to showcase who they are. So that way, if there's any sort of, receipts anyone could use to try to prove something, that would be like the forefront. That would be like, hey, you can use my stream. You could take that person out of context and see what they said.
Oh,
and then use exactly, and then use it for whatever.
So like that one guy flash his Tic Tac and use those
Yeah,
skirts.
yeah,
Still there,
that
by the way.
ping pong that's shaved, whatever that was. I didn't even know
Buddy,
that Vienna
video's still
sausage.
there.
Huh?
Video's still there. That's funny.
Yeah, that's just, it's funny looking at it, and it's funny the fact that, but whatever it is, I'm not gonna. The only thing that's not gonna happen is that no one's gonna flash themselves again. Because if you flash, I'm booting you out. Because that could get my channel taken off of YouTube. So I'm not gonna do that. So, but I will allow those slurs in order for anyone else to use them in context. If they want to have an argument or if they want to have a debate with someone, then they could use part of the stream where they said this and they said that in order to say that on context. So let's say if Brian delivers, sorry, no, he's cool. Brian Apsher decides to come in here and starts saying, "You effing nigger, you nigger's gonna die." I want him to say it so that way I can expose him later about what he said, or someone else can do it.
Mr. ZTB, also known as Mr. Receipts.
Catch that on fleek, because guess what? I'm coming with it. I'm coming with the receipts. You bring it, I'm gonna deliver it.
Wait.
You bust it out, I'm gonna dish it out back.
Hey,
that's how I am.
Can we use the word receipts with a Z instead of an S?
Yes, be corny and do that. Yes, absolutely.
I'll be corny. Receipts with a Z.
Like you have a lisp. Yeah.
That's your new name, ZTB, Mr. Receipts.
Yeah, receipts. The Z. It's like a snake pronouncing words. Like imagine a humanoid reptile. That would be how it would sound like. Like seriously. It would be like that. They can't control their snake tongue, their reptilian tongue. So they have to. They pronounce everything with a Z because they're reptiles. And unfortunately, that's
Well, according to someone, I'm also a reptile.
What?
A dragon is a reptile.
It is a reptile, yes, but you don't look like a reptile. I'm talking about people who resemble a reptile. People who embodies the spirit of a reptile is different from someone who looks like one.
Shut the hell up before I false flag the channel.
Well, you can try. I like to see you try it. I'll be right back. I'm going to use the restroom.
Okay. I'm not. Well, you know what? Since CTV left, I may as well entertain the crowd for a bit. Do you know that something is wrong with this whole community here? I'll tell you why something's wrong with this community. Because every time someone wants to bring something about somebody, about something that happened in the past, it becomes like okay, why is this guy doing this? Is he trying to gain a one-up on someone? Or is he trying to start a haterade? Or is he just simply too much of a wuss to deal with one person alone? Here nowadays, some people just don't know how to confront the person who they have a problem with.
I'm back.
So, anyways, what I'm trying to say is that some people don't know how to confront the people that they don't like. So instead of confronting them face to face, they either talk shit about them to other people or start a haterade on you just to get that one up on you, or because they're afraid of you, or because they ran out of options.
Yeah.
And also they want clout, so then there's that.
Yeah. That too.
And what I'm about to say, what are we talking
Clout's
about?
one hell of a drug. I was gonna say, yeah, that's what they want. They want something out of you. They want sort of substance out of you. They want to feel like they can gain something from whatever you do.
Well, good night, bro.
Did you got cursed by black spell?
Not yet. I have no flying ice cream trucks smashing my head.
Well, I'll see you later, bro.
Good.
Wait, who are you talking?
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh, I thought you were talking. Oh, All right, all right, Antoine. Thanks for coming in.
No problem, man. And what was the guy? The Charlemagne?
Okay, so what you're gonna do? This is what you're gonna do. You can just type Lil Boosie and you'll get it. The Charlemagne interview right at the top result. But if you want to be precise, you just type Charlemagne the God interviews Lil Boosie.
Yeah, yeah, Charlemagne. Okay, I'll do that. How you spell his name? Hello.
Hello. Yeah, let me type it here. Hold on. Charla.
Yeah, I forgot his. I know it's a long.
Charlemagne. Oh, I spelled it right. Okay. There we go. Charlemagne interviews Lil Boosie.
Oh, okay. I forgot how to spell it. It was so long ago.
It's a hard word to spell. It's not an easy word.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. But anyway,
I'm gonna be honest with you. All right, Antoine, thanks for coming.
Yeah, you was gonna say you was gonna be honest with me or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. For me, it's like it's not an easy way to pronounce that. To spell that. That is a very hard. I got it by luck.
Okay, yeah, that's hard. Yeah, that's because I always forget how to spell it.
Yeah, some people would spell Charlemagne like they would spell A-N-E instead of A-G-N-E, and it's like you miss that G there. You're gonna
Oh, okay.
There's something I don't understand. Why is someone so against dark arts yet is willing to use it just to get back at someone?
Take care.
All right, Antoine, take care. Why is someone against it? Well, because they like the feeling of power. They like to feel like they have an edge over someone, and they like to also feel that they have some sort of power, because when you lack power, you lack establishment, and when you lack establishment, you lack control, and when you lack control, you lack order, and they want order. So in order to get order, they have to fuck with chaos and bring that power to their realm, their reality, so that way they can put fear into people's minds and heads so they can believe in whatever they have to say. So it's about hypocrisy. It's like you can't practice what I do, but I can do what I want to do and have privilege over anyone else because I have that power, and I don't want you to have that power. Catch that on fleek. That's what they want. So that's the answer, Dragon.
All right, makes sense. Basically saying like, oh, only I'm allowed to use it because
exactly.
But wait a second. If he's willing to talk like that, that says a lot about who he is as an individual.
I mean, we all know the deal. We all know the tea. We all know exactly what's going on.
It's for a new audience.
Yeah, well, the newer audience, they'll see it because they'll go through my older videos and they'll see the person I'm referring to in question. But they know exactly the deal is when you see the person and you know what they say. You call yourself a pastor, some sort of chosen prophet from God himself, and you want to condemn other people for their sins. Meanwhile, here you are practicing black magic on people because they don't want to agree with your agenda. What the hell then?
Oh, you don't say what you say. Oh, it's because I'm allowed to use it.
Yeah, and that's privilege, and that's unfair, and thus you cannot judge anybody for doing it because you want privilege. You're practicing it. You're not practicing what you preach. You can't become a pastor and talk about people sinning and they should not sin, but yet you practicing the same sins that you're telling people not to sin. That doesn't make any sense. Practice what you preach. If you're going to talk about people sinning and people doing this and that, look at yourself first. And the mirror may break when you look at yourself because you're that hideous. But I'm letting you know, you may see the bits and pieces under the glass shards and realize you're full of shit. And that's it.
And, they'll be like, oh yeah, you can say whatever you want because I know I speak it too.
I can say whatever I want, just like how you can say whatever you want. But at the end of the day, only one of us will be the one that's going to have the popular opinion and the opinion that most people would adhere to. I'm not going to say the right opinion, but the popular opinion is what really counts. The right opinion usually is the perception of the people who are watching. and listening.
Popular opinion versus the right.
Remember when Joe Biden said, "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black"? Keep it. Remember when he also did blackface? Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah. He put that black paint on his face, dressed like a sambo. He put the exaggerated lips, to pink lips, to make him look like a caricature. It doesn't even look nothing like a black man. It looks like an alien. It doesn't even look normal. And like some people we know, and it just doesn't look like a black person. Like, black people don't even this cockroach looking mofo Lil Boosie doesn't look like that.
That's giving him too much credit. Well, okay.
Yeah, because what Joe Biden did was an exaggeration. He came with very dark paint in his face, with big lips, right, big pink lips, dancing like a gorilla. That's what he was doing.
Make himself look like a fool.
He is a fool for doing it, and he thought he was trying to make a fool out of black people. Well, he was making a fool out of himself and all the white people who partake, and all the white people who he stands for. He basically not only denigrated blacks, but he also denigrated whites indirectly.
What an
Catch
idiot.
that for rich, egotistical moron. That's what happens when your family is wealthy and privileged, and you have these opportunities, and you don't know the repercussions of what and how things are going. You just do it because you have the privilege to get away with it. And that's what privilege does. It takes the accountability aspect out of the person, and allows a person to do whatever they want without facing any sort of punishment whatsoever. It also allows people to hide things that they don't want the world to find out about. So if you are privileged in that aspect, you can get people to put things underneath the rug, so that way no one else can know about it.
Have you off topic, have you ever seen The Batman yet?
Nope, and don't spoil it.
Well, I'll tell you this though. If you're a casual moviegoer, I'll say watch it. But if you're a Batman fan, well, expect to have some criticism.
Well, listen, these are different iterations of Bruce Wayne. Not every Bruce Wayne is the same. Trust me, we've all seen Ben Affleck's Batman, and boy, that was wow. But
I'm a bookie.
It was one of those things where if you are new to the franchise, every Batman is different. Although they play Bruce Wayne, every Batman has every actor and the director who's showcasing the movie or telling the actors what to do, they have a different portrayal for each Bruce Wayne iteration. So they don't have the same personality, but they have similar traits and backstories, which keeps them all, alike. But their personalities always vary. There's always a different version. I think this Batman for Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz, who's Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet, Denise from The Cosby Show, daughter. She's beautiful, by the way. And they want that Neor kind of look to it, like that nightlife kind of look to
I'll
Gotham.
tell you this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Gotham City looks like?
What it looks like?
It looks like a beautiful city, but it's filthy.
Well, that's what it was in the original comics. It was like New York, except it was filled with crime.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Nick, thanks for coming.
Goodbye, Nick.
Joe Biden was also with a KKK leader. Yeah, he was. He was with David Duke. Mm-hmm.
Goodness, so much tea.
So much tea. Yes,
Hey, I'm
indeed.
not gonna lie. I don't acknowledge Joe Biden as president.
Is Joe Biden even here? Is he? Because I don't even know if he's here.
What's funny? I feel like Trump got more recognition than he did.
Yeah, Trump was definitely the most controversial president since George Washington, since Abe Lincoln. He's hit the streets of the most prominent president of the United States. You know, he's the most hated president of the United States, and people know him for basically what he did as presidency. You know, and I think that in particular is why I say Trump. He did what he did, but the actions speak louder than words. And what we see Sleepy Joe doing, where's the action in that? Nothing.
Yeah, especially he always falls asleep and scalps.
And we have an interview of him where he's talking with ABC, and he literally has like his skin looks like he's wearing a face mask, like as an actor portraying Joe and not like the real Joe, you know?
So it looked like prosthetic makeup.
Like a prosthetic makeup, yeah. All right.
Or the voice.
All right, Diamond Princess, thanks for coming in. Tribal King, what's going on?
Or the voice.
Well, the voice can always be mimicked via, and this is why I talked about how on the BHC Discord, on how they could fake anyone's voice, and that is with the power of chroma key and what was the software that they use so they can fake presidents and stuff. They could imitate anyone's voice. They could have a software that can do it, and any president, they could do it.
Oh, damn.
Money, what's going on? This story sounds kind of fake to me. No, it's not. It's not. Go type Charlemagne the God. Go watch the interview on YouTube. It's there. This Lil Boosie admitted it, like, on the interview, and that's a quote, what he says, you know? Felicia got it right. I saw the interview. It's there. Just type Charlemagne the God with Lil Boosie. You're going to see it. And I couldn't even watch the entirety of it because I was getting pissed off when he let his 12 and 13-year-old sons have sex with a 30-something-year-old stripper. And said he was trying to, he was like, I know what, and this is the quote, I know what the fuck she did to them. I'm getting them prepared, man.
Hey,
you know,
man, ZTV, you been like talking all this shit, man, because you just trying to sound like you're not the smartest guy here, man. ZTV, you know, you don't always have to be the smartest guy. You know, everyone can say what they want, man. You know, you don't have to, you know, just agree to disagree, man. Just chill out.
So let's just agree to disagree then.
but
that's what we're doing.
But they want to tell you to, like, you don't need to say anything.
Okay, so let me show you the interview because I don't think you guys understand. So you can see video proof of what I mean. Hold on.
With the money, turn up.
All right, let me get the link, and I'm gonna put it out there so you guys can see it.
Man, Mr. Money, man, ain't roning me. At Breakfast Club.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlemagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
The goddamn legend himself.
Boosie Badass.
Right.
Boosie Boo. How you feeling this morning, Boosie?
I'm feeling great. I woke up early, smoked me a good one, and I like the scene of New York. Went early in the morning.
Oh God, he's ugly in person.
Cans and all that, and it made me get higher. Actually,
it make you feel like coming to America when Eddie was coming out in Queens.
Yeah. They love me in New York. I can't everywhere I go. They've been, Boosie, you standing up for us, and you know, like they got some real.
They put it. I just noticed this just now. They put the rainbow flag up behind him.
I'm glad you did because you saw that discrimination.
Now, they made fun of me for
so
flagging
jealous.
Kim Kardashian.
Hey.
But I said, when I post my flyers when I DJ the strip club, they take it down. Flag and take it down.
Bro, it was just me. I was doing too much.
Well, I'm glad you
I
can
had the
admit
world
that,
woke
Boosie.
up. When the world was asleep, I woke them up. You know what I'm saying? And people, I think they just got tired of seeing me. Because, you know, like, bro, like how my Instagram was never taken. I never been suspended. To be expelled forever, you know, so I wasn't feeling that. So I know it's a, you know, but I got my opinions. I can say what I want, you know.
Not on them people platform.
Right, and
That's
they showed
all.
me. They
Yeah.
showed me. They showed me. You know.
Why you don't go to fan base?
I got all kind of people trying to. I got Chineses. I got everybody trying to, you know, create me a.
You got what kind of nieces?
uncensored- Chineses.
What's Chinese?
Nieces?
Chinese people.
Oh, Chinese.
Chinese.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought I was like, who nieces trying to get with your pussy? I was like, what?
Chinese people.
You know, I got people, you know, everywhere trying to make me an uncensored app, you know, and that's what I'm working on right now because.
Fan base is black owned, you know what I'm saying? Isaac Hayes the third. You can go over there and turn up.
Yeah, I talked to Isaac Hayes.
Okay.
I talked to the son or whatever, but I ain't made no decision on. I won't take everything.
You got a bunch of endorsements, huh? Because even when you sat down, you was like, I don't want to sit with Envy Water because you got your own
He
water.
didn't say envy water. He said, I want to see what this water. And then he said envy water. He said, all right, you can leave it
Yeah,
there.
man, I got water, cologne, chips, noodles, you name it, I do it. That's what I do.
None of them get offended by the stuff you do?
Well, once it's 50-50, hey, what can you get offended
Welcome
by?
back, Khalifa.
You invested in Boosie. And I mean, we doing good I do good as an independent. I got a cult following. Like I do real good, you know. Like in the Corona, I was getting checks, 6-7 checks that ain't had nothing to do with rap.
Do you think you do take it too far sometimes? Because you said
I think I say it the wrong way sometimes. I mean everything I say, and I say what I mean. But sometimes I feel like I say it the wrong way sometimes.
How you say it the wrong
I mean
way?
what I say, and I say what I mean, and people need to understand that. You know, the world has an opinion, and then I got an opinion, and I'm just one who expressed my opinion.
But last time we spoke, you said that your mama even told you stop volunteering your opinion for things that ain't got nothing to
Yeah,
do with
about
you.
that Dwayne Wade.
And you sat down with Mike Tyson and told Mike Tyson you should mind your business sometime too. Why can't you just mind your business
Because
sometime?
I'm realer
real.
than what I'm supposed to do.
What you mean?
I'm realer, like if it's in my heart, you know, just because I'm negotiated with him or like that doesn't mean I won't say it because I pay me. You know, you can't blackball me. I pay me.
I'll
You
see.
know, even with my music, you know, like my last album I dropped with Connect Music Group, you know, that I'm part owner of. So, you know, like you it's hard to blackball me, you know, just like they got people like they think they got millions of people love what I'm doing. I'm a voice for people who can't speak. You know, I'm just the only one
Bigoted people.
got the nuts to speak in this industry because everybody else is ran by, you know, the industry.
What about even saying like you would beat his ass? So, and I saw Lil Nas X responded to that. You think that's too far?
Nah, because
Okay, so this is very important. So he told that he will beat Nas' ass because of what he sees. So this is like verbal assault, like that's what he's doing. So this is where he's gonna admit that. So I'm gonna play it back again.
I just be feeling like sometimes I gotta speak up because, you know, as far as straight people in the world, you don't have an opinion no more on sexuality.
Oh, please.
Everything is harm. If you say anything, I'm straight, I like women, it's vulgar to.
I don't know that
Who
that's
does? Who says?
Yes,
Who?
yes,
What?
But I just
can't, you
What?
can't brag on.
I just think I think
You want to comment
that
on
ain't
that?
your sexuality
I don't
no
think
more. It's
anybody has a problem.
it's ran by.
Boosie
The
rappers been talking about
LGBTQ
fucking women forever in
Thank
videos
you.
and they songs. That ain't
Listen,
changed.
I know it's a different day now. You can't. Just like the baby.
'Cause you can't
bro,
okay, there you go.
How many times you been on set? All y'all DJs. And you heard somebody say, if you ain't got AIDS, make noise in the whole club.
Oh no, you're right. That's true. That's true. But it's a different time.
No, it's a different time, and because he's one of the biggest. You know, so they they try to make examples out of people, you know, so the next person who blow like this, you gonna go with this. And I feel, they're attacking our children. You know,
here we go with the children. Think of the children. The children. The children matters.
The kids?
The kids. Yeah,
you don't love your children watch this.
Make every rapper go with it. If every rapper go with it,
I heard
you grab that generation. I know I loved every rapper when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
I loved every rapper. You know what I'm saying? I try to copy what they did. You know what I'm saying? And it's a new day now, and I just feel like, they pushing it on our younger generation.
Listen, I love rap.
Well, you pushing a grown woman on your child.
I saw you say that
12, 13-year-old
was a negative influence. Why are you acting like
Sick
rappers haven't been
mofo.
negative influences for years? Whether it's talking about murder, celebrating the drug culture, the gang culture, violence against women, like we just as negative. So how is he the person that you decide to point at and say, oh, you're ruining it for the kids?
Hey, are you there? UTV?
Oh, shit is down. Oh no. Oh no. See, this is why I want to show it. Cause then they took my stream down.
What happened?
They took my stream down.
Yeah, exposed?
Yeah, stream unavailable. No, stream unavailable because I was showing the Breakfast Club.
Ooh. Well, who falls that?
It's YouTube's fault because YouTube didn't let me. And I'm just showing this out of context. I'm not like getting clout from it.
Yeah, it looks like someone trying to silence you.
No, it's YouTube. It's the copywritten system because the Breakfast Club is a well-known, big-time partner with YouTube. So you can't show interviews from the Breakfast Club without them shutting it down. You know?
Oh my God.
That's some bull. I'm gonna see if it's back. Let me get rid of it because I don't want. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna see if it comes back on. Yep, it's closed down.
Right.
Let me. I'm gonna refresh. Nope, it's still suspended for policy reasons. Go ahead, Blue Line. Well, it's funny because this topic, it's interesting for you to see, Jordan, because I know you're gonna see it if you were here to see it.
Hey, Rainbow, get inside here.
Nobody flagged it. I think YouTube didn't want me showing Breakfast Club because they're a big time partner, and I think that's not right because you can't even react to it. Like you have to talk about it instead of just showing clips without them flagging you for it. Like that's just some bull. Oh, we're back. It's back.
Go apologize.
Okay. Yeah, guys. Yeah. So, yeah, they can't. They hid the stream because apparently Breakfast Club is not there. It's a big no-no to show their stream on your platform. Oh, because it was a Breakfast Club interview, and YouTube has a rule where you can't show partnered YouTube, big name brand YouTube partners content on your platform, or else they'll take it down. And yeah, it is censorship. It is. Yeah. So I can't. I'm not a partner though. That's why YouTube don't care about the lower tier people. They don't care about the people who are not making money. They care about the people who are making money on YouTube. And so that's why they didn't take Chase's video down, but they took mine when I showcased Charlemagne the God and Lil Boosie, because they expect you, if you're going to use their clip and their footage, you're going to have permission from them. And if you don't have permission, then they take it down. because you got to be in some sort of contract with them. Legality reasons, basically.
So legality.
That's
or
exactly. Yeah, and mind you, this is the same system that supports pedophiles like Shane Dawson. Like Susan Wojcicki is the prime example for why this is happening, because before her takeover of YouTube, you can show whatever stream you want to, whether it's a popular movie, whether it's a pirated content, you can do all of that. Now, I saw what you did there, Jordan. Don't think well, it's a beautiful person, but
yeah,
you can do what you want.
Person, but it's not really your face. It's just artwork or a sketch.
Well, it is a beautiful. That's Ganondorf and Zelda. So catch that. Ganondorf ain't ugly. You know.
Go ahead, go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
How you doing, Seven Palette?
Nothing much. How you doing, Joaquin Phoenix?
Well, let's just say that it's been quite colorful day today.
And this is a very colorful stream because it's about the degradation of flamboyancy, and is it sexism towards, is it females being sexist towards men?
It's kind of funny that you mentioned
flamboyant.
It's kind of funny you mentioned that.
Hey,
she needs to get fired, but because she's bringing in the money to YouTube, they're not going to fire her.
Speaking of flamboyant, Jordan has had his moments.
Yeah. Well, you had more than enough moments to count.
Wait, to count to what?
To count the peens. So, how do you feel about? Because since I asked everyone, as Joker, as Hero, as Antoine, I even asked Nick, but Nick didn't give me too much. But I even asked him, how do you feel about this perception that men being flamboyant will equal being gay? Like, if you feel like if a man is very flamboyant, society will perceive him as being gay. Yeah, and if a woman, and I'm going to get to the second part. So the second part to that is, whenever women exhibit their sexuality in any kind of way, nobody calls them or says that they're lesbian or bi. They consider that to be a fetish, and they would allow women to explore themselves sexually. But if a man does it, he's labeled as an AIDS carrier, an STD riddled person. You know, it's that dynamic of injustice. That's a double standard. So what are your opinions on those two concepts? I want to hear it.
Well, if a man's been considered flamboyant, like I would believe, and then yes, some people may like automatically assume that, but then again, they don't know the content of one's character. I mean, you come off as that, but still, I mean, it doesn't mean you are, but then again, you aren't. I mean, like, then again, you get what I mean? It's just like, that kind of effect. But however, with the woman, I mean, it's possible whatever she could, come off nowadays. I mean, nowadays she'll come off as, her, as her feminine self, or she'll come off as a masculine level, but she doesn't have to be lesbian. I mean, look at China, may she rest in peace. She was lifting weights,
All right,
before,
Mason, thank you for coming.
She was lifting weights before she had her jaw restructured.
So why? Okay, so that China's. I'm so glad you. Damn, Jordan, that was a good point, because how come no one says China is a butch dyke and she's an AIDS carrier, and
but that's the thing. Her mom once thought she was lesbian at one point, but she was.
But that's her mom.
Because she was lifting weights, because girls don't lift weights. But then again, that's the problem.
What the hell? Stereotype me.
But see, that's happening now.
But the thing is, she didn't know that was a thing that was happening. For women becoming bodybuilders.
But why is it that China can enter the wrestling scene and no one bats an eye and say, "You fucking butch dyke, how dare you come into our scene? You're just not effeminate. You're not effeminate."
Maybe it's because people, got to, get.
I will see, Khalifa. Thanks for coming too.
Maybe it's because people got used to her, the more.
But when she first appeared, I remember when she first appeared on TV, people welcomed her because she was a female wrestler. She was very brolic and masculine, and people didn't say, "Oh yeah, look at this butch dyke bitch." She carried diseases. Let a flamboyant man come out there, and all of a sudden they're gonna ragdoll.
Oh, so you mean Shawn Michaels?
No. ZTV, what's funny? Remember Goldust?
There you go.
Oh yeah, Goldust was
There you go.
flamboyant himself. But the thing is, here's the thing. This is a funny story. You know what happened when he was being interviewed by Jerry Lawler, and then he was like saying like, what are people thinking of me, Jerry? And then Jerry Lawler's like, I don't know, queer. And then you know what Goldust says? He says, no. And then he just punches him. I thought that was funny.
Hey, that's funny.
Yeah.
Funny how you use the word queer. That's the word that started it all.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, I was using it as as an explanatory term. I wasn't.
That was the word that established you forever.
Me? What are you talking about?
That word you said. The word that Jerry Lawler described Goldust.
Jerry Lawler, yeah, described Gold. Yeah, well, the thing is,
that was the word that also defines you to this day.
Mm-hmm. He's right.
Ever since then, those jokes never stopped.
I don't care if the jokes don't stop. I mean, say whatever you want. I mean, like that's just me.
Right, it's not going to stop you in your grinding on Grinder. But one thing I can.
Got it. You're smacking. Wait. Are you bumping your balls up someone else's anus for some reason?
Mm-hmm. That's probably what you want to see. You just make it so obvious. You just make it so obvious. Of course, that would be what you were thinking.
Talk about another.
It could be anything that could be slapping.
Talk about another term for ball busting.
We just got it out. Just making it pretty obvious. Which is why you're a perfect topic for this discussion, because we can easily have this kind of topic. So there's this person named Lil Boosie who looks like a cockroach. This Flavor Flav hybrid of Flavor Flav and Soulja Boy put together. That would be him. He basically allowed his
nice jewelry. Stupid.
Yeah, well, he wants to be Flavor Flav. So he let his 12 and 13-year-old sons receive oral sex and vaginal and possibly anal from a 30-something-year-old stripper. And he said, this is what I quote from him, that was from the Breakfast Club interview that got taken down. I know what the fuck she did to them. I'm getting prepared, man. I'm getting them prepared, man.
Wait,
to make them men.
Oh, you mean like because he's trying to make sure they don't become, gay or whatnot?
Yeah, exactly. Because he's very,
Listen,
anti-gay. Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day,
so he allows pedophilia as long as it's the hetero-leaning like he's willing to let his son get two sons get sexually assaulted by a grown woman.
Here's how I see it. If you're really concerned about what will happen to your child, the thing is, you're worried about what your son or your daughter will become. You're not worried about what you will become in the long run. And that's his problem.
I don't think he cares about what he becomes. I just think that he just has that perception.
You know what he just became just by seeing this? He became an advocate for pedophilia.
Absolutely. As long as it's hetero-leaning, that's the only way. He's a perfect advocate for that.
No. It doesn't matter if it was hetero. I mean, whether it's hetero or homo.
No, it does matter because a lot of society, they do this to boys. They do this to but see, that's the difference. See, Jordan, this is something you need to know, and I think you need to find out this right now. When it comes down to underage dating, as long as it's hetero leaning, they will have no problem with it.
Wait. There's a hetero underage dating thing?
Yes, it is. Did you not watch social media in the 90s or the media in the 90s where they would let these underage girls who were 15, 16?
I mean,
and the boys, there was this movie with who's Bruce Willis? Demi Moore. Okay, Demi Moore tongue kiss a 10-year-old boy in a movie set. She stripped for him naked. She was butt naked. She had the vagina and tits out, and she tongue kissed a boy and groped him in the movie. So when you have that, and she really did that, and when you have that, and it was because the boy was having a wet dream, so Demi Moore had to fill in the wet dream and the envisionment. So in the movie itself is his dream, but the actors that were doing it, he was 11. and Demi Moore was like in her 30s at the time. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
The thing is, I mean, like, it could, come out.
She got butt naked in front of an 11-year-old boy and tongue kissed him.
But I'll admit that's just bizarre and wrong on so many levels.
And that's what I mean. Whenever a little boy is put into a situation where they're sexualized, you talk about how, and this is why I had to tell people, we talk about, oh, we don't want to teach our kids about sex and sexualizing children. They've been sexualizing children since the dawn of media. Okay, they've been literally allowing, if someone like Demi Moore, Bruce Willis's wife, can literally come butt naked in front of a little 11-year-old boy and tongue kiss him, you think that's in a movie? You think that's not sexualization? And the reason for why she didn't get in trouble was because society thought, oh yeah, he's getting some, he's a real man. That's what I mean by that. That's what Lil Boosie is doing. It's the normalization of heteropedophilia. That is a big thing, and nobody wants to talk about the ugly duckling in the mix because it's something that a lot of people were guilty of.
Cross-eye?
Well, he supports that because Yahweh allows it apparently towards him. So, but this is exactly.
No. I was talking about the gecko from Majora's Mask.
Oh, I thought you were talking about someone else because that person is too cool to be in Zelda.
What's the difference?
Exactly.
Well, Majora's Mask is a great game, and people like the other being doesn't deserve to be in it.
Hey, wait, that's fun.
Speaking of Majora's Mask, that's the next game I'm getting online. For the N64.
And I heard they finally did the patch right, where they got the textures right, because they fucked up with Ocarina of Time.
I'm not trusting Nintendo Online. I'm gonna get that on the. I'm gonna get a cartridge.
Hey, J-Man, I got
Oh, good. The original.
But anyway, you were saying?
J-Man, I got a joke for you.
Okay.
Not how like back then when people used to have a hard time seeing things, but when they wake up and they finally see something, what's the first thing they see in the mirror? Death.
Yeah.
And not funny, the first and last thing they saw was themselves.
Yeah. That's why I feel like when I look in the mirror from time to time.
Does yours breaks like other lizard creatures does?
No, it does. No, but it does blind me because my handsomeness radiates a shining light, that bounces back into my eyes. Now, if I was cross-eyed
into your head
or reptilian,
spot,
only then would it crack and shatter into a million pieces, and then I get 7 years of count 'em bad luck.
And we're not even going to count the bad breath from the reptile creatures. Now that's a whole different topic on that. That's going to melt the glass, incinerate it.
Show her, SpongeBob. Say
Get it?
We're not ugly. We just stink.
And then all scalps, and that field was like, oh my god.
Fun fact: that episode had a reference to SpongeBob coming out as gay, because you remember when he says, "I am ugly and I'm proud. I'm ugly and I'm proud," and then Squidward overheard him, and then Squidward says, "Is that what he calls it?"
Well, the thing is, it wasn't.
Squidward was throwing shade. Yeah, because he was throwing shade. Yeah, but only adults will get it. Like the kid's not gonna get it.
Either way, this guy's sick.
And it's sad because a lot of people agree with Boosie. Like if you look at the comment section, a lot of people say, "Oh, he's trying to teach his kid how to be a real man," and not like these.
Come on, that's not being a real man. That's
not like how these
that's traumatizing.
These faggots. That's what he was saying. They were saying in the comment section, like not how these faggots are doing and teaching them how to be girls and stuff. So that's what he was saying. So that's why he said he's willing to get himself.
A
grown woman to have sex with his little children.
Hey, I just noticed something on the top left corner. For the nation. But anyway, I was just wanting to point that out real quick and then just be, But anyway, this guy, I don't know who Boosie Badass was.
Lil
until
Boosie.
now.
Yeah, Lil Boosie.
Little Boosie. Well, he can go. Well, he can go. Choke on some booze while he's at it.
I knew you'll say something like that.
I mean, he can choke.
Gag.
He can gag on.
That's the gag.
He can gag on the booze, choke on it, and drown in it. Like
both are foamy colors, but Jordan likes a different kind of foam.
Oh no, Jordan, he has.
You better get away from me because I might have rabies. I might need.
Is that what you call it?
I might need my shots, CTB. You better stay away.
Is that what you're calling it? All right. Okay. Make sure you take your medicine too. For your quote unquote rabies that you had from sex.
And by the way, Dragon, you don't want to mess with a rabid, J-man, just like you don't want to mess with a dragon.
Well, you're trying to say dragon has AIDS?
Well,
okay, that's a fun way to describe it.
What?
What?
Exactly.
Oh no! Repeat that again. I didn't get a good hearing.
Well,
say
you
it.
heard him.
Say it.
No, you say it. You're supposed to repeat that.
You said that you have rabies. He was talking about himself. He has rabies, and you wouldn't want to catch it from my juice. And then I said, "Oh, you're trying to say Dragon has AIDS too?"
I didn't say that. You said that.
I said it because I know the implication.
Well, the implication you mean like you just said.
It was sex and diseases, and you know damn well you don't catch rabies from sex.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather deal with a rabbit J-man than a dragon, because a rabbit J-man, you can easily put him down with a bullet. Well, while a dragon, you ain't penetrating that scales, and plus that fire is hot.
Unless the person likes the penetration, because it's a deep, narrow canal. By the way, I want to put this in the private chat. The reason why I say, you don't want to mess with the dragon, I want to show a dragon something, or who showed up in my live chat yesterday. Oh, I thought you were gonna show me your wiener. You wish. You want to wish for that.
You want it to happen.
That's who showed up yesterday. Don't say it out loud.
Oh, 101 Dalmatians? Oh, okay.
Oh, perfect.
Zebra? Polka dotted bikini?
That's funny. I don't know why you always mean that. I didn't think it was that funny.
Well, hey, you're the one who reacted that way, so who wouldn't meme
it? You.
Exactly.
Spotted dick, that person.
That's the.
You see how J-Man laughed at it?
No. That's
he envisioned it.
No.
That's a food.
No, that's what I was going with, because I remember years ago when
I bet you were.
When I first met my first online British friend, he once told me about the
days before Grindr.
Before talking to me about British desserts. And the moment he said spotted dick, I laughed so hard. I thought he was just joking. And then he showed me the link to the actual dessert. And I was like, why do they call it that? And I'm like, do they not realize that people can make fun of this dessert just by calling it that?
Or you being misled thinking it's something else when it's actually just food?
He said it was a dessert, and I thought it was just a joke. I mean,
clicked on the link? Because you wanted to see.
The thing is,
you didn't know it was food.
Listen.
I got you.
It's a dessert. A dessert, not a.
After the fact.
Well,
after the fact.
You didn't do that though.
I checked it out because one, my friend was trustworthy.
Catch that.
I clicked on the link because my friend was trustworthy. Something that you
had a curious mind. You had a curious mind.
And you don't?
I'm open about my curiosity. That's not a secret.
And who said I was closed about my curiosity?
That's why we're bringing it up.
Well, here's the thing. I've never been closed out of my curiosity. I've always been curious. There's nothing secretive about that.
All the experiments are in the closet door.
You want to know what's in my closet? It's got like lots of boxes in there. You really want to be stuffed in there with the boxes?
You lost how his voice broke?
It sounded like 101 Dalmatians because his voice also breaks too.
I'm sorry, I can't shout because it's late at night, and plus I don't want to shout while my mom and my sister's asleep.
No one says you have to shout.
That's because I feel like I have to raise my voice a little bit louder because you guys keep talking over me.
We just give you a hard time.
Yeah, and you know what? I wish it wasn't a hard time, but then again, I understand it's all for entertainment purposes.
That's what Jordan said.
He always wants a hard time, every time.
You're the one who wants a hard time.
Yep, I do. But you want it more than I. That's why you click on that spotted dick link.
I only clicked it because I trusted my friend. I never
to show you a spotted dick.
And it wasn't a spotted dick.
You were disappointed, right?
No, I wasn't disappointed. I was actually, confused at first.
The fact that he brought it up first, I wouldn't know about it until he brought it up.
Actually, I didn't bring it up. ZTV's the one who said the spotted dick.
I talk about mysteriously.
Oh, what?
Well, fuck it. We're gonna say it.
Perfect.
Oh, mysteriously God. Oh, perfect. Go ahead.
Besides the Coliseum.
I really don't care. If you want to come for me, you can come for me.
I got no
Let
problem.
me be the target.
I got no problem, mysteriously kind, because one, he was in my live chat yesterday, and to be honest with you, I didn't really have no issues with him being in my live chat. In fact, you know what he said? He said that that the panel that I had yesterday was a whites only thing. But you want to know what happened after you couldn't see him again, even though he wasn't even timed out or banned? Guess what happened? My good friend Dante Pittman, who happens to be black, was on the panel. So what was he saying about a whites only panel again?
Or maybe
every token is in a white only like this. If you go to a light,
I think you just pulled
not token as in like a pun or it's like. Whenever you go to a party, right, or if you've been to a lot of parties and there's a lot of white people in it, there's always that one token black person, whether it's a man or a woman, and they will just be there. It's like Finding Waldo, and I always notice it too. Like if there's a bunch of white people and I'm the only black person here, I say to myself, oh yeah, I'm the token Negro of the group now.
Well, here's the thing.
I recognize it.
Here's the thing. My friend Dante, he's no token, so I'm gonna keep that in mind.
No, he is. He's black, so he's just like me. We're both tokens.
Well, hey, here's the thing. Even if you're black or not, you're not a token. If you're on my panel, it doesn't matter what race you are. I mean, you're welcome on my panel, no matter what your skin color is. I don't judge the person of their skin tone or their nationality. I would only judge the person of how they come off. If you come off as a good person or a bad person.
It's a figure of speech because if you grow up in any sort of community and you're black and you understand the dynamics of racism and prejudice, and you know that if you're black, and you're the only darker skinned person that's there when everyone else is lighter skinned people, then it's like you call yourself the token because you are the token. You're the only brown or dark skinned person.
He's never called himself that.
You can be Indian and be a token. You can be Asian and be a token. You can be Latino and be a token. You can be Arab and be a token.
And you can be a token.
That's Asian. That's what I just said.
No, I was referring to to our good friend Dragon specifically for his.
Dragon is Asian,
but it's Hmong.
That's Asian. What do you think that is?
But you got to be more specific about it too.
The entire Asiatic diaspora.
Dragon, what do you call yourself again? Dragon. Hold on.
He's thinking of a good.
Hold on. I'm just listening.
You're just listening, yes, but I asked you a question. What are you again? Are you Hmong?
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? I was just listening.
Are you Hmong?
Yes, I am Hmong.
Well, see, there you go.
But he also is Asian.
But if you want to be in general, yes, I'm Asian. But there's a lot of subgroups of Asian people out there.
Just like with blacks, it's not one kind of black. There's many.
Got the Koreans, Taiwanese. I think there's
Filipinos, Singaporeans.
Got the Malaysians. Got the Thai. Got the Laos.
Japanese.
Burmese. We got
Hawaiian, technical. Well,
Oh, okay.
Hawaiian is a combination of Asian and black, so I can't really say, but it's like both.
Nubian.
Because they're like Blasians.
Yeah, J-Man, he's chalk.
He's what?
Chalk.
What's that?
Chalk.
What's that?
Chalk.
Oh, chalk.
What does that
Oh my
mean?
god, it's so slow, DTV.
I thought you were saying something in Hmong, and I was like, chalk? Like chalk? I'm like, what? And it was chalk.
Chalk.
My New York, yeah, because when I pronounce it, I say chalk. Because I say with my New York.
Chalk.
Yeah,
Like
yeah
as in-
chalk.
Oh, what?
Mm-hmm.
You get it, J-Man?
I get it now. Yeah.
Nubian queen Felicia was not on.
Felicia Milo, my Nubian queen.
Can you sing to her in that person's voice?
Oh God.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Felicia, help me right now. Oh, Felicia, Nubian. Okay, that's enough.
Yep. So that's why we always say every black person know it.
You know
like,
what
we
I
all
think?
know it.
You know what I think that guy should sing every time. Every time he shows his presence. When someone's having a miserable time with his existence on this planet.
Bad
should
time
sing,
of day.
How did you know?
Because I figure that would be what Antoine always says, so I kind of put two and two together.
Like that?
Yeah, kind of like
Good
that.
Lord, dude. You freaking...
Yeah.
Stay out of my head. Like, reading my head.
That's how I know what's in your head. That's why I make those jokes. Because we all do. But you do the subtle experimental hints and we just read your mind.
Hey, J-Man, do you want
Like
to know
Jean Grey and Bobby, Iceman. Like that.
like when she out?
Mm-hmm. By mistake, though. She didn't mean it. I still would have been mad, though, if she would have done that to me. Like, bitch, you just invaded my head and you didn't ask me. You just read it, even though it was an accident, but still you just read my mind. I understand why Bobby was angry at her.
She went without permission.
Yeah, because she couldn't control her powers and she was reading his mind, and that's how she found out that he was gay, and he wanted to keep it a secret, and she just found out because she read his mind by accident. It wasn't intentional.
Was it like a subconscious?
She couldn't control her powers. So when Bobby was near her, it was happening during the time she couldn't controlling her powers. So she couldn't suppress herself. So she accidentally read his mind.
Was this during the time of the Phoenix?
Post Phoenix. This is when Jean was resurrected.
Oh, was this new X-Men? All new X-Men, right?
New X-Men, yeah. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Oh, you mean
Retsurrection of Jean? This is post.
You mean the one where they had those leather, type of outfits, instead of
they retcon they retcon the Phoenix arc. So what happened was that, and I'm so angry at Marvel for doing this, and I will never ever 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 forgive them for what they did with this. They basically took out Phoenix from Jean's body and make it seem like the real Jean was in the spaceship on the moon, and she was there recovering, right? And Phoenix is not Jean, but Jean's clone. And I was like, what? So you mean to tell me that Jean's true form is not even Jean? It is a clone of Jean, and the real Jean was in a coma this entire time?
It's all about the genes.
Well, let's just say that Marvel regret their decision.
They better, because Jean was always meant to be Phoenix. That's what makes her an Omega level mutant in the first place.
Oh wait, it's Marty.
Marty.
Major.
Hey, Major.
Yeah.
What I meant to say is that Marvel regret the decision of killing Jean, so they decided to say, "Oh, let's say they killed her clone and everyone happy."
Yeah, to be quite honest with you, Last Stand. Okay, I rather watch The Last Stand than Dark.
Oh my God, we're not talking about The Last Stand. You idiot.
I mean,
oh my God, man! Quit being a poor man's dragon.
It's not the director's fault. I'm talking about the director who directed Rush Hour 1, 2, and 3. Directed The Last Stand. It wasn't his fault. He's just a hired gun. The person who you should be claiming is the writer who would later direct Dark Phoenix. I mean, let's just say he's the real reason why he destroyed X-Men twice.
I'm not gonna lie, the X-Men, franchise, but then the Fox, movie line. I'm not gonna lie, some of it has some ups and downs, but the only thing that I think they really do not need is a new Wolverine just yet. I mean, like maybe 10 years after the Logan film.
No, don't get rid of Hugh Jackman. He's Wolverine. Like it's like
Hugh
Professor
Jackman
Xavier being Picard, Patrick Stewart. I'm used to seeing that. I can't see him anything other than that.
Here's the deal. Like, I can understand that, but I mean, like, I wouldn't want anyone else except for Hugh Jackman to play Wolverine. But here's the thing. I'd rather, unless, after the Logan movie, after, say, 10 years after its release, then that's only when the time would be right for someone to play as Wolverine.
Chadwick Boseman.
With what?
Chadwick Boseman. What about him, J-Man?
Chadwick Boseman?
I would say Chadwick Boseman because there was only one Black Panther movie.
Okay.
They can replace him.
Okay, that was a last minute change because one, we didn't know he had cancer and didn't know if he was going to live or die or whatnot because he never told anybody.
There's a conspiracy about that it wasn't cancer, it was something else, and that he was fighting with it the entire time.
Well,
but one thing I can say,
I think it's bad either way. Whether it was cancer or not, it's still a horrible way to go at a young age.
Yeah, he was deteriorating fast. It was bad.
Plus, he was actually from my. In fact, he actually came from my state.
Oh, you see, there you go.
He seemed healthy to me. Like when he was playing as Black Panther, like he didn't even.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Struggling.
Exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just like he didn't want people.
But some people can't hold their form though. They're just naturally ugly.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're going with that reference.
What I want to say? And speaking of Picard, the last day to watch Star Trek Next Generation Netflix, right? It'll be March 31st.
Yeah, the Netflix version is the Blu-ray version, so you're gonna get that. And the BBC America version is also the Blu-ray version, so better quality.
Wait a minute. Since Star Trek Next Generation was shot on film, why not restore it in 4K? Like, go back to the original negatives in 4K.
Because that requires a lot of work, and there's too many episodes to count for the Next Generation. There's like over 300 episodes, so they can't. Yeah, it's too many. And they have to retrieve the tapes, and a lot of it they couldn't retrieve. And remember, it's over 300 episodes. That's over 300 tapes they have to get.
I don't know if maybe it's
because it's not a movie; it's a series, and a lot of editing is involved with that, and they have to re-edit the show, and they didn't want to do that, so they just got the original footage and just remastered it.
I gotta go into Internet Movie Database. And see if it's because back in the day, it's TVs they usually being shot on 16mm negatives. Except Stanley's show, by
for movies, they can do it because it's one continuous footage. But for television shows, it's much harder because, especially, every episode has a new film reel, and it's harder for they will have to do it to all the episodes, and it's time consuming. And they lose some of the film reels, so they can't do it for every episode. So that's why they had to do it just by what they had default, and then remaster that into Blu-ray.
But either way, there's only one way I think that they could make a new Wolverine, and I think I know the perfect person that should play it. To
Daniel Radcliffe.
No, I was thinking this. Remember that kid who played as James Howlett as a little kid, like in X-Men Origins Wolverine?
Or just let Taylor Lautner be Wolverine. He was already a werewolf, so let him be Wolverine.
Wolverine's not a werewolf. Same
thing. It just I know it's I know that's a rodent. I know they're related to it, but I'm just saying Jacob has the same sort of. Oh, no, not him. Don't let Taylor Lautner do it. Let Sofia Vergara's husband. I forgot his name. Joe Manaligio. That's how you pronounce his name. Manaligio. Let him
make a CGI character of Wolverine that he's being.
Let me get rid of ugly cockroach looking boozy eye face and get rid of that, cause that shit is ugly. I don't like looking at ugly things.
All right, so
but if that's your fetish, you can look at it.
Yeah, Star Trek: Next Generation. It was shot on Super 35. I'm an internet movie database. And VisaVision for miniature visual effects. And so the remastered version is in 1080p, and originally it was mastered 40i, 60 frames.
That's the guy. That's the guy I'm talking about. If you look in the private chat, that's the guy who played as young Wolverine in X-Men Origins.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell no! No.
Why not? He's Australian.
Look,
not in my house. This is the person that should play as Wolverine, and I'm gonna put it right here.
No,
easy.
I think Daniel Radcliffe should play Wolverine.
Easy.
No, he can't play Wolverine. He's too tall.
Actually, he's got a point. You can't be too tall.
So you can edit that. You can edit people's size.
Oh.
It's not the same though.
What's the same? They use CGI for everything. Shit, they use CGI for the costumes.
Well, Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, they didn't use.
And realistically, he looks more like Wolverine than he's more closely looking like Hugh Jackman.
If anything,
can we find some Canadian to play Wolverine?
Somebody Canadian. Oh my god.
CGI characters.
Wolverine is Canadian.
I don't know a Canadian that's about my height, so I don't know.
I mean, I'm just saying the first two X-Men films are the best, actually, and that's because David Hayter, aka Solid Snake, wrote them.
Wait, how tall is David Hayter?
David Hayter?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe 6 feet tall. I don't know.
That's funny. J-Man kind of looks like David Hayter.
Well, you know what? I'll take that as a compliment. I actually love David Hayter's voice acting as Solid Snake and Naked Snake.
Yeah, and besides, you hear you say Naked Snake?
Dude,
I knew you were gonna say something like that. I just walked right into that one.
Well, there's fappable material right in front of your face, so there you go.
I'm about to put some laughable material in front of your face with 5 knuckles.
Oh, fisting. I see how you're going. Okay.
Yeah, I'm balling up the fist.
Mm-hmm. I bet you are.
Bitch.
And that's what you're going to... Is that the role playing? I see it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, gee.
Well, here we go. Boom shakalaka.
I like that.
Wait a second. Hey, it's kind of funny how it says David Hayter was the guy who wrote the film X-Men and co-wrote X2.
Yes, he did.
I didn't even know that. I mean, until
I didn't know that either. I only know him as the English voice actor for Solid Snake and Naked Snake.
Yeah, well, I mean, before
Gear, of course,
I watched the first 2 X-Men films, and then several years later, I put.
Do you know my first introduction to David Hayter was actually the Guyver, Dark Hero?
MacGyver's Dark. Was it? Oh, was it the one that?
Yeah, MacGyver.
Guyver.
Nobody's ever, here's the thing. Nobody will ever forget the first video game he voice acted in.
Metal Gear Solid.
Okay, so
I was actually playing that. I was actually playing that last Thursday on Chill Majority.
Hey, J-Man, can you do a Solid Snake voice?
Yeah, I missed out on that.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Oh man, you can.
And here,
Damn, you nailed it.
hold on. And here's old Snake. Well, Otacon.
Can you speak more rat beer than that?
I'm
Like
trying my best.
Like
I
smoke
feel
a
like
pack
I'm
of
drinking brisk tea at the moment. And it's not doing good for my wrinkles or this muscle suit you give me. It's really tight for my ass.
Yo,
Well, of course. There you go.
I gotta be honest with you. Metal Gear Solid 4 made me cry.
Metal Gear Solid 4, I'm not gonna lie, isn't just, the end
It
of Solid
made me cry.
Snake.
That's my-
At the end of
that's
the day,
one of my
it's actually
favorites.
a pretty decent, way to how to go out,
Basically, it's Solid Snake's. How you say it?
Last hurrah.
No, what was the right word for that? We was send off. There we go.
Send off. To be honest with you, I don't feel like Solid Snake needed a send off like that just yet. I mean, there were so many other stories for me to be told by about him before and after Metal Gear and Metal Gear Solid 2, or maybe before Metal Gear Solid 2 with that whole philanthropy thing.
No,
I mean, it was
they
a
should do a
idea
Metal
to
Gear.
make.
I don't see why you don't think Joe Magnolio could play as. He looks just like Logan.
Well, for one, I don't like actor who's kind of like.
Wait, Joe Magnolio. Wait. Did he play as Deathstroke or something?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, in Suicide Squad. Slade.
You know what's funny? That casting was actually inspired by the fan casting.
Just like with Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool. You see, there you
go. Well, if you really think about it, Ryan Reynolds has always modeled after Deadpool.
And J.K. Simmons
he really does look like the real thing.
Jonah Jameson,
Apparently, one of the Marvel writers intentionally modeled Deadpool after Ryan Reynolds.
So it's almost like he's given homage to the inspiration, and there you go.
And when Ryan Reynolds saw it, he fell in love with Deadpool. He's like, "Wow, this is actually me." Except I'm a comic book character. How cool is that? Hey, Jay, man, you won't play with my swords. Be careful. This one's pointy, but don't worry, I'll let you play with my small one in case it's too big for you.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Are you eating chocolate?
I bet you. Would you want some?
I'm just asking.
I'm allergic. I only can have white ones.
You sound like your lips are smacking like as if you're eating chocolate.
I'm smacking.
What are you? Are you putting your hands in the cookie jar or something?
You would know. Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
You'll find a lot of treats in there.
What are you doing, ZTB? What are you hiding?
I'm smacking. Would you want to find out?
You're smacking your lips around as if you're eating chocolate. Where's the chocolate?
What do you like to know?
You want chocolate? Go.
Chocolate.
No, if you want chocolate, just don't go near someone. It smells like something else that's not chocolate.
Well, obviously, don't get your chocolate from aliens because it's just now.
Oh my god!
Although there may be some loose baggage on the floor, when you're going there, but still.
Anyway,
based on a
guys,
true story.
But anyway, guys, my battery's running low on my phone. But I'll tell you what, it was actually nice, catching up with you guys too and having fun, So I guess
absolutely.
And
the very first drama stream I did, so people say, "Oh, you drama." There you go.
Well, the thing is, the part in this stream wasn't even drama related, so we get a free pass for that one. So
I mean, it was a serious topic though, but it has nothing to do with drama though.
No,
yeah, well, it was about. Oh, I forgot to ask Major before you go, Jordan, because I want you to hear about this sexual behavior. Major,
okay.
what do you think about the topic at hand, the original topic, not the Wolverine, about degradation and flamboyancy, and how if a man is flamboyant, he's perceived as being gay, but if women are seen as masculine, she's seen as being cool, or like a biker girl, or kind of like that.
What? That doesn't make sense, man.
But that's what society sees it.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's a good question. You know what I'm saying? I mean, It could be lead to any possibility. You may not know that. A guy who's supposedly metrosexual turns out to be turns out to be just a guy who's interested in women, but it's just like he acts that way.
Mm-hmm. Like Todd Chrisley from Chrisley's Knows Best.
Yeah.
Class not ass.
Class not ass.
Oh, before
it's
Jordan
a badge of honor.
You know what he reminds me of?
I said vag, you said ass.
You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of UZTB if only if you were Southern and white, not black.
I'm not that feminine. I'm not. That's very feminine. That's like almost drag queen feminine.
That finger thing.
Whoa! Has anyone here seen Jet Li's The One?
What?
Yeah, yes. The movie called The One, starring Jet Li and Jason Statham, where Jet Li plays two different characters. One is evil version of, the other is good version of himself. You know what I'm saying? And this is like before the whole multiverse thing starting to become cool in Hollywood. You know,
Hollywood is dying. It's losing its creativity and its touch.
That's why reboots are.
One is about Jet Li playing as the villain, where he kills like.
But anyway, I gotta get going, guys. Cause I'm getting tired. So,
all right, Rainbow.
You guys have a good night.
Have fun with the cocks.
Yeah, and you have fun with the pussies.
Mm-hmm. Something you don't want.
So anyway, it's about Jet Li. He seeks out and kills 123 out of 124.
Oh, see, trivia
himself, and each time he kills his alternative versions, he gets powerful, and by killing his entire versions of himself, he believes that he'll descend into a god, and the only person who can stop him is his final version of himself, the good version of himself, who unknowingly becomes stronger because of his evil self, killing like 123 versions of himself, and the 124th version of himself, the good one, is the next target, unless he stops him. Or
so it's like Majin Buu.
Well, not really. It's more like a multiverse situation, man. It's multiverse situation.
Yes, you're right. The evil Jet Li trying to kill every versions of himself in every universe so that he becomes the one.
Mm-hmm. And also the good Jet Li unknowingly becomes stronger within 2 years because of that. And he doesn't even know why. He becomes stronger, smarter, and faster. Even senses his evil alternative self's presence, and of course, although the movie's not good, but I rather watch it than the movies nowadays, And like I said, this is before the whole multiverse concept is considered cool nowadays, like with the whole upcoming Flash film, blah blah blah. And we just started pulling that crap. I mean, and of course, this is before Jet Li and Jason Statham reunited together to star in the Expendables.
No, it was War.
Mm-hmm.
First.
Wait, War?
War was first. The first movie they came back together.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's when Jet Li played anti-hero, and Jason Statham played somewhat a main character, but not really.
What is he, a traditional hero or neutral hero?
Let's just say that the movie is a big mess. Let's just say that, okay?
I mean, did Jet Li and Jason Statham at least teamed up together again? But this time
they fought each other.
Oh, so basically, Jason Statham's an enemy or a villain.
No, the story's complicated. You just gotta watch it, but it doesn't really make sense, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's your usual action flick. I'm just saying, dude. I mean, if you want real movies, if you want real movies that can, go deeper, you can watch Lord of the Rings and Godfather, Blade Runner, and the first Matrix film, or so on, man. But these action movies are there, for you to enjoy, enjoy and kick ass.
Well, by the way, ZTB, when you're done, you stick around for a bit.
I gotta get up early at 6.
Oh damn it! In that case, go sleep.
Yeah, this week I'm doing another stream this weekend, so I think I'll probably do the rules stream and elaborate further on the slurs I'm allowing on the channel here.
Oh, and before we go, I mean, if you guys can't find a suitable actor that can replace Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, create a CGI character.
No, they did that with Carrie Fisher. I didn't like it.
Wait, Carrie? No. I'm talking about CGI character from the scratch, from the ground up, not a fucking physical double and then replace that person's face with CGI, man.
It's gonna look uncanny. It's not gonna look right. It's gonna look like Guardians of the Galaxy. No.
A freaking ape man who's like 5'3" and shit, 300 pounds.
It's gonna look uncanny to see a real CGI human. It's not gonna look right with real humans and a CGI human.
But then again, I really don't.
Will it look like a video game model?
Like it will look like a super crisp, like high quality video game character versus reality.
Oh man, I mean, like I said, I really don't care regardless because MCU sucks though nowadays. I mean, the best MCU thing is Iron Man. That's what I think. I mean, everyone else, I don't know. That's just my opinion.
I agree. I think Iron Man is one of the best. And also, would you count the X-Men movies like 1, 2, and 3? And would that be part of the MCU universe?
Yeah. I mean, also
because X-Men 2 and X-Men 3 were one of the best ones, along with Deadpool.
Actually, the first 2 X-Men films are the best.
Like I said, the third one. I like the third one the best.
Hader wrote it.
Because I like the Phoenix arc. I like Phoenix. I think she's the best X-Men character in the entire franchise.
Are you waiting for a Deadpool movie?
I am, but I'm scared because Disney has the rights to it now.
Yeah, so what if Deadpool make the joke out of it?
That would be something that would shock me. That would mean Disney finally has a sense of humor.
Oh, they'll allow it.
Are gonna make it easy.
Yes, it is. Now it is, thanks to the newest Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Yep. Spoilers. Yep.
Spoiler alert.
But we're not going to talk about Spider-Man 3 because that shit was trash. Ha! Trash.
DTB. I'd rather watch Spider-Man 3 than Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home. That's just me, dude.
Different preference, different strokes for different view.
You can just watch Spider-Man 3 editor's cut instead of his theatrical cut.
I have the original DVD, which I think is probably the theatrical cut, and I just
the editor's cut of Spider-Man 3.
Okay, Brian, we can see that you're here. You want attention? You're not gonna get it anymore.
I mean, the editor's cut has been created in 2017.
You dead ass.
Yeah. I mean, you can end the stream right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make your final point, and then I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was. There's a lot of action, but it was, in comparison to the other two, it wasn't that good.
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, there are flaws. I mean, Sam Raimi, he didn't intend to place the Venom in it, but Sony wanted him to. And then we could have Spider-Man 4 that could have answered some unanswered questions that could fix it. But once again, Sony decided to screw it up, saying, we're going to reboot it. We want Spider-Man to be teenager. That's caused Sam Raimi to leave, and especially Tobey Maguire as well, because he does not want to be teenager. He wants to play Spider-Man as a grown ass man, as an adult, or he was a teacher already. He already graduated college.
Well, I mean, no matter what we say about which is the worst Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, there's only one movie of that franchise that we can all say that outbeats all of them in bad. And by bad, I mean it was shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, have fun with that. There's only one movie, and that would be the Fantastic Four reboot.
Oh my
That
god.
was
God.
horrible. It was.
That's funny. Dr. Doom, he looked like a freaking crash dummy.
It was just bad. People forgot it exists for good reason, because it was just that bad.
What's funny?
It was horrible.
He refused to do a cameo in that movie.
Michael B. Jordan. I mean, he was fantastic in Black Panther and Creed, but why they race swapped?
Because it was for the woke crowd. They wanted to have like the black Fantastic Four because they didn't like the fact that the original they were mostly white. You know, there was an all white cast basically.
The Storm is adopted.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And
So it's like everyone in the Fantastic Four, including Mr. Thing or the Thing, is white technically. So you know, it's like they wanted to do a switcheroo because they didn't like the fact of portraying 5 white heroes in one movie.
and they think it's cool and hardcore nowadays.
Yeah, it's like
I mean,
let's put a token character, a black character, and just racial swap it and call it, you know, one of the best
And to
movies.
explain why Human Torch is black, let's have Susan Storm be adopted instead of being biological older sister. You know,
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm surprised they got away with Jessica Alba being Mexican and her playing as Susan Storm, but you know, they managed to get away with it.
I mean, she kind of looks white though, and
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. She doesn't look white at all. She looks like a person. She looks like a brown person wearing a wig. But people like Jessica Alba because they thought she was hot, so they kind of let her get away with it.
Well, I like Jessica Alba as Invisible Woman though, because she's hot.
She did a good job, but she did not look white. She looked Latina. She looked Filipina actually, and with that wig. And she was supposed to play as Chris Evans' older sister. And you know, Chris Evans white, Mr. Fantastic is white, the Thing is white. So, you know, but the fact that she was already a popular actress, plus on top of that, she was a hot actress, is why people gave her that saving grace and be like, yeah, she's Mexican.
Have you watched,
yeah, like exactly
Dark
like that. Mm-hmm.
Have you watched Dark Angel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where I first met. That's where I first saw Jessica Alba on screen, man. She was Dark Angel and Cyberpunk. Even though I was like 7 or 8 years old, I mean, Dark Angel is not for kids though. It's like, well, I enjoy watching her. I mean, kicking ass and hot. I mean, she was my crush.
She's Mexican. She's not white. She don't look white. She looks like this is her as Susan Storm. She looks Mexican. Yeah.
I mean, European. I didn't mean to say white.
Yeah.
I mean, white has been Spaniard.
Yeah, but Chris Evans look Italian. Chris Evans look Irish, like English, Englishman, and that's supposed to be her brother in the movie. So you know, it's just for me. I didn't really pay attention to her race in that movie because I guess it worked well because she was already a popular actress. Plus, she was already hot as it is. So, you know.
They hired her because she's a sex symbol, dude.
Yeah, she was like Carmen Electra. They're both sex symbols.
Not because of the racial swap. It's because of the sex symbol thing goes
exactly.
Holly Berry.
That's why she was able to get away with this, you know, even though technically her character is supposed to be a Caucasian woman.
Hey, do you like Pamela Anderson back then?
Pamela Anderson?
Back then?
I always liked Pamela Anderson. I never had a problem with her. Yeah, she's a slut, but I have no problem with. I don't slut shame people.
During Baywatch. Well, you
She was
should.
the it girl in Baywatch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no problem with Pam Anderson. She's never been a problematic person for me. She's a slut. Yeah, she is. Did she suck Tommy D's dick in a public don't? Yes, she did. But that doesn't mean I don't have a problem with people who are whores. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
I'm
anyway,
for that life.
as for Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, the reason why they hired him as Nick Fury is because Nick Fury from Ultimates is based on Samuel L. Jackson. And
not to mention, he's like the perfect freaking Nick Fury. Like, I don't think anyone else can play as Nick Fury as good as Samuel L. Jackson.
Nothing to do with the race or racial thing, dude. It's because that Nick Fury from the MCU, they based him on the Ultimate Nick Fury, who is based on Samuel L. Jackson.
And plus, if you watch the movie Pulp Fiction, that role is how he got the role. That's why they wanted him to play as Nick Fury, because of how he acts in Pulp Fiction.
Oh, yeah. You got all wrong.
No, if you look at the character he plays in Pulp Fiction, which came out way before then.
No,
look how his personality.
What I got wrong. Happened. Marvel contacted Samuel L. Jackson, say that we would like to model our Nick Fury from the Ultimate Universe after you. This is what Sam L. Jackson say. Well, yes, I'll let you use my face as the model for your Nick Fury. In return, is that I get to play him whenever he appears in a movie.
But why do you think they wanted Samuel L. as the face? And if you pay attention to how Nick acts, like Nick Fury's personality, look at how his character in that movie Pulp Fiction. Yeah, it's the same character. It's the same character. It's the same person, just different character in different different movies, but. It's the same. It's literally the same person, technically.
I'll tell you a movie that Samuel L. Jackson playing as himself. It's Die Hard with a Vengeance. I mean, basically, the character Zeus is he's simply Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, he's closer to Samuel L. Jackson in real life.
Really? Big Hero 6? Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Samuel Jackson said. I'll let you use my face for Nick Fury as long as I get to play him in the upcoming films. That includes Nick Fury. That was the condition.
I'm pretty sure they would definitely agree with that. They had no problem. I mean, hell, you make him use his face, might as well make him the permanent iconic role.
Yeah. He just wants to play him in a live action movie. That's all.
And he did one hell of a job. He did a damn good job.
I think this was back in 2004 when they asked him.
Oh yeah, it had to be.
2003.
Way before the Avengers, yeah.
But then again, the
so
character.
Basically, that Nick Fury role was already reserved for him from the get-go.
Yeah. But then again, the character's closest to Samuel Jackson's personality in real life has to be Zeus from Die Hard with a Vengeance. So. Well, speaking of which, I haven't watched the original Die Hard. I was planning to watch it on Christmas Eve. But maybe. But I watched the third movie, though. Samuel L. Jackson's hilarious, by the way, in that movie.
He's hilarious in any movie he plays that's involving him being himself.
Is he, unintentionally funny?
Yeah. Yeah, that's just his stick.
You know what's a good movie that he was in? Snakes and Plane. He's one of the biggest actors.
I want these motherfucking snakes and these motherfucking planes.
Look, buddy. I thought back then, I didn't really think about it, but when I thought about it right now, I was like, dude, he's one of the biggest actors in a cheesy movie.
Yeah, and he's old. Like, he's almost 80. Yeah.
But he's still kicking ass.
Black don't crack.
Oh.
And I don't think he had done crack.
And Z2, can you do Samuel Jackson's voice?
I can't do it. No, I can't do it. It's very hard for me.
Oh, come on. You kind of sound
I can't do it.
You kind of have like a southern accent in a way, you know what I'm saying?
Arthur can probably do it, though.
Yeah, the
Arthur can probably do it.
The character's nothing like Samuel L. Jackson. It's none other than Mace Windu, so Although it's Samuel L. Jackson, but Mace Windu is nothing like Samuel L. Jackson in real life, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of stars. You think the stars like each other? In the Avengers movie, they couldn't stand Brie Larson. Like Chris Hemsworth, he said he really despised Brie Larson because she was an annoying person on set and off set.
Yeah.
And also, she seems to have a big ego.
She's pretentious and she's full of herself because she thought because she was Captain Marvel that she was unkillable because she's like the only mutant there that's pretty much can live for a very long time and has the most power. She was the most powerfulest character in the Avengers, so that let her ego get to her, and she thought she was the shit.
And she wants to play as, I want to play as Mary Jane Skywalker. Yeah, right.
Hey, that's funny.
No, that bitch is too ugly to play as Mary Jane.
hey, Z3, you know what's funny?
Inside and outside, man. I'm just saying.
Kevin Feige,
with that airport for a forehead.
You know what's funny?
Their personality does not match.
Originally, Kevin Feige announced Brie Larson would be the face of Marvel, and now Benedict Cumberbatch is the new face of Marvel.
Thank God.
Apparently the Baptists got to Marvel.
Thank God, because Brie Larson, she doesn't need to be.
That's funny. Her movie, Captain Marvel 2, is now called The Marvels because she's not profitable anymore.
Yeah, and everyone hates her. The fans hate her. The actors hate her. The directors hate her. She's simply an egotistical person who is just thought because she was a woman and she was the strongest character in the Avengers. She's stronger than Thanos. She thought that she was going to be the it girl. She thought everyone was going to praise her and love her. Yeah. She's stronger than Thanos before the Infinity Stones. Let's put it like that.
By the way,
but Elizabeth Olsen took the role, so cash out.
Yeah, this is official. Scarlet is the most awful.
Yeah, she's Magneto's daughter. She's an X-Man. She's come from the X-Men franchise. So then there's that, and it's tying into the X-Men with the Avengers, and I like that.
I want to say something, guys. I mean, if it weren't for Marvel being bought by Disney, and if it weren't for being pussified as shit, I mean, the actress who voiced as Miranda Watson from Mass Effect would play as Carol Danvers, but not Captain Marvel, but Miss Marvel.
I don't know why she's Captain Marvel to begin with. It was supposed to be Miss Marvel. It's only Captain Marvel in WandaVision. I mean, Wanda's in House of M, where in the comic books, where because of Wanda messing with reality, it turned Miss Marvel into Captain Marvel instead of Captain America. Now it's Captain Marvel, and that was because of Wanda manipulating reality. But she was always supposed to be Miss Marvel.
Then again, Marvel, they ruined.
I always like Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel.
I mean, they killed off. How they do that? They killed off Captain Marvel, and then they ruined Carol Danvers by turning her into a freaking Captain Mary Sue right there, man.
Captain Feminist. That's what Carol Danvers is. And
Captain Raiden, except.
But why call her Captain Marvel? That's not accurate. It's Miss Marvel, and Captain Marvel comes from House of M, with Wanda manipulating reality.
I will always
more
Marvel.
Yeah, Miss Marvel is more attractive than Captain Marvel. You know what I'm saying? And plus, where the hell is the feud between Miss Marvel and Rogue before they eventually patch these up?
And how she got the name Captain was because Captain America was not Captain America because they switched because of Wanda's switcheroo. Yeah.
You want to see the newest action figure I got?
Let me see it.
This is the newest one recently.
Doctor Strange. There you have it.
And this is Carol. This is the Carol I know.
Yeah, the good-looking Carol, not the big-headed forehead, airport-looking head.
Yeah, this is.
Spoilers, guys. If you read the House of M comic books, you know what's going to happen in the new Doctor Strange movie. I'm not going to spoil it, but let's just say I feel sorry for Quicksilver. I really do. I really do feel sorry for him because what's going to happen to him in that movie? You know?
Are you saying that? Are you telling me that they're gonna bring him back just to kill him again?
Yeah, well, that's what happened in the comic books. He lived, but it was brutal at the very end.
Okay, but I'm sorry to say this, but Quicksilver from Fox's X-Men is much cooler than MCU's Quicksilver.
But not accurate though.
Yeah, I know, but
all of the majority of the all of the comic book versions of the superheroes are better than the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Every last one of them.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Oh, they're gonna ruin She-Hulk. Yeah. And they're gonna ruin everything. Oh, Blade is in MCU. Well, Blade from the MCU, Blade is not Wesley Snipes, by the way. The reason why Blade was cool is because of Wesley Snipes. And Wesley Snipes is an actual martial artist. That's what makes Blade cooler, and badass.
And he's black, y'all. He's black, y'all. He's blackity black. He's black, y'all. He's black. Because he's black.
And he also jumpstart Marvel movies again.
Yeah,
and
man.
he was the first. And a lot of people say, "Oh, Black Panther was the first black hero." No, he was the first one.
Blank Man, Damon Wayne's Blank Man was one of the first.
Are you serious? There was a person named Black Man as a hero.
You wanna know what's so good about Blade? That it didn't felt like a Marvel movie.
It didn't, and like you wouldn't know unless you would have Googled
it. That's why it's so good. That's why
yeah.
It's a Wesley Snipes film too. It's just like it's like Jet Li, Jason Statham, Jackie Chan, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Donnie Yen, Bruce Lee, all the other. And Sylvester Stallone, it felt like them instead of a Marvel film, That's because this is Wesley Snipes' own film. Not only he stars in, he also produced it too.
Yeah.
And then Blade 3 happened. Yeah.
Hey, ZTV, you watched Avengers: Age of Ultron, right?
Yes, I did.
And you know the actors that play Quicksilver and Wanda, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever watched Godzilla 2014?
No, I have not.
Okay, I heard that they were a couple instead of siblings. Yeah.
Oh, well. Oh. That's some Brian Abster kind of shit.
Buddy, huh? They first play a married couple and then they play siblings. What do you think of that? How will you deal with that?
I mean, a check is a check, and but listen, for the actors themselves, they're actors and they're not genetically related. So for them to do that, it's not a big deal. But for the fans who recognize the actors at one point, I bet it would be a big deal. So I say for the actors and the actresses, I don't think it would be a big deal for them because it's their job, it's their actors. Like they're not like really dating.
Yeah.
ZT, you want to see a funny as Hey, well, what is Petrol doing right now?
Didn't see that coming.
Oh my god.
You know what? I think I stick my finger in the wrong hole.
Oh my god. Jordan was here. Jordan would probably be like,
He'll laugh at it. He'll laugh at it more
because
than
he can relate. Yeah, he can relate to it.
Oh, don't mean
dead ass.
He keeps giving himself away.
Thanks for letting me in.
Hey,
no problem.
Yeah, my battery's about to die down.
Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream right now, but I will come back this weekend and continue.
I'll stay here then. But
hey, good night. All right.
All right. Thanks for coming, you guys, and thank everyone in the chat for